Where's? Welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversations. We waiting on my partner, man. Y'all already know how hard he worked, man. Salute to that brother, man. Standing on principle, bust his ass at work. And as soon as he can, he'll be over here. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, my brother know I got his back, man. All he got to do is watch his front, because I got his back. Y'all see it up on the screen. Like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend you in here with the dime. It's Duke Sims. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's start from the top. A Dose of Reality TV. Salute to that brother, man. One of the most talented, smart, and gifted brothers in the industry. If you don't know about him now, you better go subscribe now and get to know him before he blows, because he will surpass me. Him and Yael will both surpass me in this entertainment lane. Maybe not the money, because one thing for sure, two things for certain. Hey, Duke Sims is making money, so Eminem. But go support the brother. Go ahead and subscribe. You see what he say? Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Nah, go forget subscribing to me. Go subscribe to the brother. I'm telling you, what he got going on is gonna be the new wave. Let's go. Trips, damn Deuce, the internet is a tough place to combat lies. I'm still not convinced Big U did 1/4 of the shit he's accused of. Hey, bro, let me take my antibiotics first before we even get started. For those who don't know, I gotta take that. You're 100% right. And you sound like one of the people that might be on the grand jury. Speaking of Big U, today I talked to some of the legal team, the private investigator, and they called me. Big U sent them to me. I feel privileged and honored the way that he support and look at me. You know what I'm saying? And one thing he understands is this. You know what I'm saying? My understanding of law. I'm not a lawyer, but I understand law better. I done had enough experience fighting against them. But obviously, the grand jury still has failed to bring forth an indictment. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm expecting an indictment to drop. What's the lawyer saying? They'll indict a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? But with these serious charges, for them to be taking this long, they definitely running into problems, and they think like you do, Trip. But they trying to convince folks that this is the devil. Oh yeah, that's definitely that's definitely what these informants out here is trying to do. And I believe that they're working on behalf of the feds to take the jury pool, to also convict them and humiliate them in the public hearts and minds. I'm not from LA. I'm from Sacramento, Oak Park to be exact. But LA out here looking bad as a whole. Nah, bro. You can't put nobody up. First of all, shout out to the P. Shout out to Sacramento, right? But LA can't never look bad as long as I'm here, nigga. I make it look real good. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you got 10, 20 niggas in a city of 11 million, and you take that because you see them on the internet as a representation of what's really going on in the land, then shame on you, Trips. We can never make LA look bad. You know what I'm saying? LA can never look bad. Salute to the chat and the Damu Kiwe Conversations. Much respect to Duke Sims and Yael. Salute RG Scarride. We up in here, man. Y'all see I had to get that extra 30 minutes. I needed it today. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to line up a lot of stuff. So much content. We get backed up. I'm going to call y'all back. Salute to the Wrench Mob, everybody in the chat. I didn't even open up a clubhouse room. I'm not going to open up a clubhouse room today. Y'all know we stay active in our chucks over here. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? Deuce, yeah, salute Cameron. What's up, everyone? Salute Cameron. I see you, man. But in the meantime and in between time, while we going through this music, we gonna make sure that we spin it. Y'all gonna make sure that y'all go run up that Yael featuring Joe Moses. Scare. You know what I'm saying? Steffi Weffy. Hey, look at all that. Let me go ahead and go before I get in trouble tonight. You girl, you's a ton of trouble. Piru, what's up? Salute, man. Mike B, what's up, homie? Cameron, be sure to run them likes up and make y'all still running them views up on section. Like Yael, Joe Moses, Coyote for Hire. And there go the link in the chat. I'm TTG. I was trained to go get it. Kid the Barber, salute, King. Zoodland, free Big U in the chat. Salute. A day one from my section, man. You know, and it's a big conversation in the community. I had one of my homeboys today. You know what I'm saying? And the conversation is, salute, Degante Cobbin, what's up, bro? Sushi Minimo, free draws, man. We appreciate the support. He already know that there's a whole bunch of haters, but there's not a doubt in his mind that the Damu Kiwe Conversation, those that support, understand exactly what's going on and that they're out here supporting. He in good spirits, man. He's a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Deuce and Yael for working hard for the community. Speaking of working hard for the community, they think that they going to stop when draws started. You know, being there for them kids in the community for football, especially a lot of them don't have fathers. They don't have, hey, y'all keep sending these super chats. Y'all know they take half. Dennis Johnson, thanks for the $5 super chat. You should have cash apped it. The cash app is on the ticker at the bottom, but salute to Dennis Johnson, man. Let's go. But we need people to step in this year. We need volunteers. I'm definitely trying to make sure I'm one of the main one volunteering, give events up there, highlight what this man's energy has provoked amongst us. A more active, black, melanated, male, masculine energy, or being more presence in our community for the next generation, showing them that we care about what's going on in their life, spending time with them. Everything ain't always about giving money. It's about being there. We gonna need coaches. We gonna need those kids. Gonna need rides to practice from school. Those type of things. It's time to get active. And we gonna get active in our community. Chucks to the pavement. So anybody looking to volunteer, we finna keep this cracking. Hey, Big U, they might could take you away, right? But you started a revolution in South Central Los Angeles, leading by example. They might could accuse you of all of this negative shit, and none of us is perfect, right? But what you did, what they can't take away from us is your spirit and what you meant to the community and them kids' life. We know what the job is. We know where you set the bar, and we ready to pick up and carry the torch. Hey, hit that like button. We finna get into this content. You know what I'm saying? Stay active in the chat because the chat's where it's at. And we gonna go ahead and get into this one first. Shout out to Point and Shoot. I hope he's not a reporter, but Point and Shoot really got into some good points on this, and I tend to agree. Oh shoot! They sent it straight to commercial, or did I accidentally hit the tab? Oh, let's start back over. I messed up. My bad. Let's go.
and how he lined up Loose Cannon to get arrested by the federales. And so I want to explain. So one of the things that Loose Cannon is locked up for right now is for the Great No Jumper Brawl of 2024. This is when Loose Cannon was seen on video buffaloing some guy in the head with slam, and he forced him to take an unexpected nap, and then he ran his pockets and disrobed him and left him naked for dead.
Hey,
what? This is the Great No Jumper beatdown, but this is in the indictment. This is what Loose Cannon is in trouble for right now, and what they're saying is on the internet, people are saying
WACK is saying that the no jumper beatdown, stripping, and all of that had nothing to do with this indictment. When people ask why he's not in jail, and he deflects saying that this was not in the indictment. That is in the indictment. On top of that, WACK100 takes the watch, which was robbed and stripped up off of one of the victims, and brings it on No Jumper as a trophy. And this man is not worried about being charged on this case. Hey, listen, maybe he got immunity on that case too. Let's go.
And that Whack Three Fingers lined this whole thing up and used Loose Cannon to beat up someone he didn't like. And now Loose Cannon is in jail for it. And Whack Three Fingers is parading around dry snitching on him, saying that it was all Loose Cannon. And this is basically telling. This is telling, guys.
So he's snitching on Loose Cannon, but even worse than that, he's saying that he didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, before he went to jail, Loose Cannon was smart enough to snitch on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't gonna just keep putting this case on me. That nigga made sure the world knew. It went up on Death of the Cloud Chasers. Salute to my brother at Dose of Reality TV. I'm finna grab that for y'all real quick. Maybe all I gotta do is type it in. Let me see. All right, here it go right here. Maybe y'all can tell me if y'all can hear it, right? We're going to start it over again. This is Loose Coochie Cannon telling you that WACK100 tells him to go make an example. Let's hear that again. Oh, y'all can't even hear it.
And that's what we did.
Damn, one more time since y'all couldn't hear. My bad.
You know, doing it, they try to come up to WACK on some goofy stuff. WACK said nephew.
I like, but
make an example. And that's what we did.
Yeah, they say I'm the jailhouse lawyer, man. Hey, listen, man. I take that with a compliment, man. One more again. Because he made sure that he could tell it was so incriminating. WACK knew that he was trying to push the blame onto him and expose his participation in this crime, right? A crime that Loose Cannon is alleged to be sitting in. He's in Piru right now. They got a federal place out there. Man, I went to that motherfucker. Hey, look, y'all got to understand this, right? We going to play it one more time. Then I'm going to tell y'all about Piru and all that. Let's go.
Doing it, they try to come up to WACK on some goofy stuff. WACK said nephew. Let's make an example. And that's what we did.
So, now, he said they try to come up to WACK on some goofy stuff. So it wasn't even, he's arguing that it wasn't even his issue. WACK was snitching on him, trying to attach him for this Rico as a Rollin 60 Crip. See, Loose Cannon ain't no Rollin 60 Crip, right? He never got put on. So for them to attach him to Big U, WACK100 wanted him to do this and say that it was because the Crip dude of the I don't know if he's still 11A Rider game is a gangster Crip, and he claims he's a neighborhood Crip, and that's what the issue was about, because he said on gangsters, and he said, nigga, this neighborhood, and he stepped back and he did what he did. Well, Loose Cannon has a different story. And but Loose Coochie Cannon is in Pahrump. They have a federal facility out there. I had the displeasure of visiting when I was released this time from state prison. I still had a U.S. Marshal's hold for probation violation of close supervision release. So American Negro News, salute to you, King. So they picked me up. The U.S. The sheriffs picked me up, took me to Kern County Jail. I was there a couple days. The U.S. they take me to San Bernardino County, so I'm thinking I'm finna go to MDC or San Bernardino County and wait till I be released. When I get there, they put me on Con Air to Vegas. I get to Nevada. I get to Nevada. They take me to Pahrump, and it's a holding facility, and it's sweet though. I'm talking about when you remember the old Club Fed, and it was super sweet and white collar criminals. That's how that kind of is. They got big ass TVs. They got the Game Boy and PlayStation. It's, man, listen, bro. It's sweet, but it was like dorm living where they had me at. I was only there for about like 4 days before they finally got me a court date. Then they transferred me to they take me to San Bernardino County or to MDCLA, whatever. And I went to see the judge, and he released me, right? Because I had already did 8 years in the state. He wanted to see what I was going to do when I got out, and I changed my life. You know what I'm saying? He told me to come back in 6 months. When I did, Papa Dirt, salute, fool, Damu Kiwe Conversations. Hey, y'all hit that like button. We got 300 people in the chat. 300 people in the chat. Show me where it's at. Show a little bit of love. We gonna get back into this content. But yeah, man, that was just that's where he at. He'll be on his way to MDCLA or San Bernardino. Oh shit!
My perspective, this is all like a big PR thing because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Yeah, so someone was
invited are the ones
around dry snitching on him, saying that it was all loose cannon, and this is basically telling. This is telling, guys.
WACK didn't run out on no bullshit.
Right, but the people that you invited are the ones who got involved in this bullshit. And from my perspective, this is all like a big PR thing because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Yeah, so someone was filming before it started, indicating that it was planned. Okay, so I want to explain this entire beating. So I guess Three Fingers WACK had a business deal for a low-budget TV show with these two guys, Travis Ford and Mozzie. And apparently WACK wanted to bring the 16 in on the deal because I think he wanted the 16 to help promote the show with his No Jumper platform. So he needed the 16. So they were going to have this meeting at the No Jumper building, just the four of them, Three Fingers WACK, Mozzie, Travis Ford, and the 16 of Nashua. It was supposed to be those four, but the meeting was canceled.
I mean, Mozzie canceled with WACK. WACK called me and told me not to show up.
And so what happened was this Jay Reed guy, the guy that got beat up at the No Jumper facility, he showed up to the meeting anyway. He says, I'm going anyways because he's got some business. He wants to do some business.
No, he tells him I'm going up there anyway. Right.
And so what happened was Jay Reed annoyed some people by overstepping and trying to like slither into a business dealing that he wasn't invited to. And so he was annoying Three Fingers WACK and Travis Ford and everyone. He's being a pest. And this is why people are saying that this was a setup. That WACK Three Fingers knew that Jay Reed was coming. Travis Ford probably told Three Fingers WACK like, hey, this guy's going anyways. This guy's out of control. And WACK was probably like, we gonna see about that. I got a loose cannon. We gonna do the whole thing. And he wanted WACK Three Fingers wanted to do some gangsta shit. What? But he's not a gangster, so he needed loose cannon. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. I want to actually go to a clip here before I get too carried away.
When I call him and say, yo, bro, what's up with this dude? Know what he tells me? He said, WACK, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper. And I said, why? Mozzie canceled with WACK. WACK called me and told me not to show up. Right? I don't know this dude. All I know is Travis Ford and my owner, number 2. That's it. I don't know this dude. Right?
So WACK Three Fingers says that he doesn't know Jay Reed. He's never heard of Jay Reed. He wasn't expecting Jay Reed to show up ever. forever. But this is actually problematic because Wack Three Fingers actually did know Jay Reed. He knew exactly who he was. He's been in pictures with him. He's gone to dinner with him. He's been on the phone with him.
You in pictures with him, at dinner with him, and you on the phone call with him prior to No Jumper.
Man, I was just in Vegas with these dudes about 2 weeks ago. And, you can see the picture up on about that. So
20, you see the date? There we go. See, that's everybody, right? Travis.
Here at Nicolay Law, we help injured people and their families.
I hit that like button. Salute.
A 3% IRA match with Robinhood Gold. The reckoning has commenced.
Like these chucks go.
Mozzie, Jay Reed in the back. I don't know this dude.
So Three Fingers Wack actually did know who Jay Reed was and likely knew he was coming to No Jumper that night because Travis Ford was notified by Jay Reed that he was going to No Jumper.
He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper.
And so it just doesn't make any sense to me that Travis Ford wouldn't then relay that message to Wack and say, hey, Jay Reed's on his way up there anyways. It doesn't make any sense. I believe that Travis Ford did in fact do that and that Wack knew that Jay Reed was coming. And it also kind of sounds like they were waiting around for him to show up.
He does what he always does. I got to get home before the baby goes to sleep. He come out here, laugh, joke, bullshit, shoot a game of pool, then we get on.
But either way, this is where the story stops making sense. Listen to this.
As soon as I saw them heads, I say, bro, whoever that is, get them out of here. When you leave, bro, I don't let nobody in this building. If you're here and it's cool, then it's cool. Donnie will tell you, as soon as they walked in, I didn't even get a chance to see you. I said, yo, whoever that is, tell them wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what.
So when Three Fingers Wack is just systematically snitching on Loose Cannon, just blaming the whole thing on him. And he's like telling these lies like he didn't know who Jay Reed was, like he didn't have dinner with him the other day.
Just tell him wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what. So when you...
I think this is CS2 Back's strategy. Put all of this weight and as many crimes on Loose Cannon, get him to implicate himself in as much shit as possible. So while he's facing all this time, knowing he ain't cut like that, nigga ain't even cut enough to get his official put on, right? Knowing he gonna tell them people whatever they want to hear and more, right? This nigga gonna be, hey, bro, he's gonna be the Woody of this case. He's gonna play all sides, tell them all kind of crazy shit, don't want to tell them other shit, and it's gonna be nasty. But Wack's whole point is let them two Crips rolling 60s and a rolling 60 and a fake rolling 60 knock each other out of the way because now he done sacrificed him to take out who his target was. Let's go.
Called and said it's two people in the back.
In the front, really.
Or wherever they was at, you know my people. Mm-hmm. My people, when I get here, they're here. If you ain't here when I get here, I ain't still with you. So I don't send my people out. I say, Loose, whoever out there, maybe they're your people, go check. So he goes out and bush for me to come over there. Dude is saying some shit like, motherfuckers think they all that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but when it come to this white boy, culture vulture, he get to just all this crazy shit, right? I make the decision not to respond. You know why? I respond, Adam, who respond? You been around my team long enough to know they disciplined. They ain't finna do shit unless I do some shit. I'm not saying I ain't tell myself I'm gonna fuck your ass up, just not right here. I ain't trying to hear what you saying. Loose says, so you came up here for content. He says back to Loose, whatever, cuz how you want to put it, on gangster. Loose says, nigga, this on neighborhood, okay? In this jungle, Adam, anything gangster Crip, anything neighborhood Crip.
Wow, okay, so this Piru is on this podcast narrating gang-related crime. I mean, this is insane. Why is he doing this? It's almost like he wants Loose Cannon to get investigated. Seriously, what is the point of discussing this on this show? If Wack Three Fingers is so hot under the collar from all the pressure from the interrogation of the 16, imagine what he would give to the cops. I think Wack Three Fingers is an informant at this point. And a point I wanted to make is that Loose Cannon already made a video snitching on himself for this exact thing, this exact beating, but he gave a different story that didn't involve any type of gangbanging. And so I'm thinking, like, is Wack just trying to add gangbang to the story because he knows the feds are watching? Could it be that Wack Three Fingers is trying to make this appear gang related so that the feds investigate this as part of the Rico? What? I don't know. It makes sense if you think about it. And so I'd like to play you guys a clip of Loose Cannon's version of the event.
Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at him. So I walk out and he was like, man, I got a problem with WACK. I'm like, you got a problem with WACK about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I called WACK over there. WACK, come over here. Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And WACK was like, what content? WACK pulled out his phone. Once WACK pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content? And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I say, you right. So, y'all see the results. Smack. Let's get to it. How far do y'all expect me to go?
So Loose Cannon's version is that he knocked the guy out because he said he had a problem with Three Fingers Whack. That's very interesting. So Three Fingers Whack left that part out.
Whack is not trying to admit that the problem was with him. And then what this guy point and shoot doesn't know is the audio we just played you that was taken down by one of WACK100's personal dick holders, Dick Guzzler, Oscar Mayer Mafia, Cheeseburger Bad Luck, Cheeseburger Chuck. You know what I'm saying? On Death of the Cloud Chaser. Well, he changed the name now, but WACK got him to take it down. In fact, he was the first one to publish the video after 600. Let's go.
Out of his version, he didn't want the narrative to be that Loose Cannon was knocking people out on his behalf. So he changed the story and said that there was gangbanging involved, and that's what motivated Loose Cannon to knock the guy out. And so this had nothing to do with any gangbanging. This was just Three Fingers Whack trying to remove himself from any responsibility.
And firing on Jay Reed has absolutely nothing to do with on gangsters, on neighborhood.
That's what I think.
It has nothing to do with
so
that.
It sounds like Three Fingers Whack pretty much made this up, this gang enhancement situation, and just made it up. And so he's not only snitching, but he's lie snitching. That's one of the more pathetic forms of snitching. And it gets kind of crazier when Three Fingers Whack says that he basically stopped the situation from getting worse. Listen to this.
Y'all witnessed outside of No Jumper. Did I do what I was supposed to do?
You didn't do anything.
No bullshit. Oh, y'all got amnesia?
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. So WACK Three Fingers wants credit for stopping the beating, for saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. He only, so here's the deal. He only started saying, no, don't do that after the gun came out.
What?
You can clearly see in the video, WACK Three Fingers just standing there with his hands in his pockets, watching the beating take place, and didn't say anything until Slam got pulled out. And you're going to be able to tell when the tussle starts and when Three Fingers Whack says, no, don't do that. Listen to this. So that was about 11 seconds of violence, and WACK just stood around with his hands in his pockets watching it happen. So I really have a huge problem with WACK Three Fingers telling on Loose Cannon on podcasts and, like, you know, explaining all this gangster activity on, you know, it's really unacceptable.
Knowing that the Rico was coming. Remember, the first time we heard of a 60 Rico was WACK100 bringing these niggas. We had no clue a 60 Rico was coming. They wanted the world to know. So with the feds watching, with all of this going on, and you said a rolling 60 Rico, I think they said it's going to be 50-some people. So when this indictment dropped, it should be 50-something rolling 60s on here, right? This, if what they're saying is true, he knows that this is going on. He provokes agent provocateur. He provokes this incident that was an issue with him. He got his clowns there, his so-called squad, but he incites Loose to do it. Nasty work. And now he's incriminating them. Even after he sees that they charge this on the indictment and lies and says, None of that from the no jumper beat down is in the indictment. This dude is really working.
He should sit there and shut the fuck up, especially because he was involved. Probably he should shut the fuck up. But because of, and you know, this isn't the only thing that Loose Cannon is in jail for that WACK Three Fingers sort of lined up. The federales are actually using transcripts from a podcast that WACK Three Fingers brought Loose Cannon onto in order to get Loose Cannon to start like saying way too much about crimes. And this was how Loose Cannon got his start with his internet antics. This was his first, we hadn't seen, so this is the first time we have ever seen Loose Cannon was on this podcast.
I took Loose and set him on the side of me. When the light hit me, I made sure it hit him.
Yeah, I don't think I was that familiar with him before.
Yeah, right.
You brought him on the pod.
So WACK Three Fingers just brings on this nobody named Loose Cannon and starts getting him to tell on himself and others for this.
This is the point I made 3-4 days ago. When Big U sent the cease and desist and they took this down and Vlad interviewed Adam 16, he told him, I didn't even know Loose. I mean, we're cool now, but WACK wanted to bring him on here to do this interview, right? So he's a nobody. Adam doesn't see any value in him, but WACK seen a lot of value in him. He was the perfect nigga to implicate Big U in crimes publicly, incriminating Big U in murders, incriminating Big U's in extortion, incriminating Big U in selling guns. This is nasty work. It was his idea. This was the architect of the Big U in Rico complaint, because it's not an indictment yet. So the orchestrator of the Big U complaint and investigation, which started at the same timeline as WACK100 getting cut off of Big U when he found out he was CS2 back. This shit is nasty.
Sake of getting Big U in trouble, because Loose Cannon ends up implicating Big U in Nipsey Hussle's murder. Okay, so this is really insane. Look at this.
Yeah. But this crazy motherfucker calls me the other day. If I get some information or some content, I'm gonna fry your ass up.
Yeah.
I said, nephew, this content I can't present. You gotta present it because you ain't lied to me yet. He's behind a lot of shit that you've seen. You just should know it was him.
Okay.
We're gonna tell you off camera.
What kind of stuff?
Just some shit. He's behind a lot of
I can't say it. He gotta say it himself. He's still trying to convince Adam 22 of the value that Loose Cannon's finna bring. He was behind some shit. Listen to him.
Shit that you see on YouTube, you just say no, it was him. So I know he ain't no bullshitter. Man, listen.
No, so
yeah, you gotta elaborate on this shit.
I got to, because at the end of the day, it's like dealing with like, we about to go do something, hop out on something, and give you a gun that's empty.
Oh, he did that to you?
No,
he did.
Yeah, he did it to somebody else? Oh,
this nigga crazy. He really going.
Honey, okay.
So did you let him just take the 50 from you? You really didn't get a cut, or you waited to the next thing and just took?
Real quick. All rise for the Kiwe pop star.
Hear ye, Damu Kiwe Conversations. Man, listen, man, appreciate my brother Deuce, man, for holding it down, man. I had to entertain these goddamn clowns, but at any rate, man, if you on, are we on Clubhouse?
Nah, not right now.
Oh, okay, man, but you already know what it is. Hey, y'all know where y'all at. One of the hottest lives on YouTube right now. You got Deuce M's The Don and Yael the Kiwe pop star.
H-Town. Go ahead.
Ooh, H-Town in the building. Hey, listen, man, y'all see the title. Y'all know what it is, man. We going in on these goofologists and goofies. Hey, listen, man. One of the hottest lives on YouTube with the dopest content, the most authentic, the voices of the West Coast and the culture. Salute to the mods that is on their job in the chat. Y'all know that's where it's at. Salute to the new people and the friends that tapped in, that told a friend. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the content. We going in tonight. This is day 17. Let me repeat that. Day 17 going in. Y'all know what it is, man. Elaborating this content to the highest and to the fullest of understanding to you guys, man. One of the dopest lives on YouTube right now. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
We gonna get back into this. So yeah, right now I know you ain't been able to see the whole thing, but this boy Point and Shoot been exposing how CS2 Back has been continuously pointing the finger even after the complaint was filed, including the no jumper beating that Loose Coochie Cannon did on behalf of CS2 Back. We played the audio that Loose Cannon said that the dude, he did it for CS2 Back. CS2 Back told him, let's make an example. So he backed up and had his little homie put the work in. He pistol whipped him, stripped him, you know, what y'all seen on the camera. After that, he said, well, it was because he said he on gangsters and he said on hustlers. So it was he threw him right under the bus, right? All the way up under, get out of here, right? Threw him all the way up under the bus. Then after that, Loose get indicted, or well, not indicted, arrested. And this is inside the Rico, right? So I guess maybe he was trying to attach Loose Cannon, who's a Rollin 60 sympathizer, right, to the Rollin 60 Crips, so that they could add that to the Rico, right? And then they talking to him about it on No Jumper with all of them, and he's like, so y'all didn't see me try to stop it? Loose was doing this. Loose was doing that. Right?
I know he said, no, what y'all fail to realize, I know how Loose get down. I told my niggas fall back.
Right.
Fall back because Loose. Sweetie, what do you mean, WACK? You told me on 6-0, you told me to do this.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You told me to do this. I know it's nothing to play with. This here is nothing to play with. You niggas think everything is sweet. When I see you, it's going down. You know how I get down. Nigga, shut up. Get down, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up.
Hey, let's get back to the content. Shout out my brother Yael with them voiceovers. Let's go.
Yeah. No, he avoided me. Yeah. And then, like, one day.
You know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to...
So now he's corroborating Loose's account of extortions and robberies. This is what he's doing. So if y'all saying that Loose was snitching on himself and Loose was snitching on Big U and WACK has no responsibility, well, he was responsible for concocting and bringing them on this platform to do exactly that. On top of that, he's corroborating statements based on his experience of knowing Big U for over 15 years and having the keys to Big U's house. Oh, he's getting prepared for that stand, man. But we want his bitch ass on that stand because we're going to expose his whole plot. Let's go.
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sent that because I called.
This really just sends a shiver down my spine watching Three Fingers WACK coaching Loose Cannon along, getting him to tell on him. I mean, this is crazy. So this isn't. How is this not third party snitching?
The homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey, and so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah, and
you
like just talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. They be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
and
just
30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you A little too early.
Yup, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You hear what I'm saying?
So that was nuts. Whack Three Fingers sounds exactly like a police officer. Same speech patterns and everything. That's very, very interesting. So Whack Three Fingers brings Loose Cannon on, gets him to make all these wild and crazy claims in a display of self-snitchery. Then Loose Cannon starts getting attention from other people like DJ Snackademics.
Interview talking about what I did to Meek Mills.
Wait, you did something to Meek Mill?
Oh, Lord.
And
remember, not only did WACK100 organize and bring Loose Cannon to do that on that platform, he sent him on a YouTube tour. Podcast tour. They even got the Swamp Woman over here.
I do find it interesting that TJ Academics is interested in interviewing
in that interview. Go pay attention right when it starts. Academics said Wack ordered me to do this interview, so Wack is behind all of this. Throw the rock. Hide your hand like the coward.
Loose Cannon, when he had this to say about LA gang members.
All the LA gangsters, I don't know what's going on in LA. Maybe they don't sell enough drugs being in these gangs. They don't get money. They're broke, okay? I'm sorry to say, LA gang members are fucking broke. The only way they know how to get money is podcasting. Most of them are unintelligible, illiterate, don't know how to have coherence, ideas, points, or even make sentences. And what they oftentimes realize the intrigue about them what usually is that? Is talk about crimes they've committed. So the whole LA podcast scene, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I think LA is a weird scene in general. Let me just be very clear.
No,
I really don't. I promise I don't know. It said y'all was trying to kidnap him. So explain that story. Wait, so how did you even come in contact with it? And I think supposedly there was a big you portion of it.
Yeah. So basically, so we caught him at the club where he was performing at.
So DJ Academics falls directly under the definition of culture vulture. He's capitalizing off of gang culture in LA, something that he despises, but he's just using it to get money. Okay. And I always find it funny when DJ Academics talks about himself like he's this brilliant guy, like he's insanely smart.
You're the only street nigga that could keep up with me on the mic. That's a fact.
Can your dentures withstand the force of a golf swing? Here we have Nubia's permanent teeth and
I would talk circles around anyone if we had to get to an intellectual conversation.
He ain't that smart. I listened to him talk. He sounds like a fucking idiot. Seriously, what's up with again? Why does he say again like 5,000 fucking times? Listen to this.
And again, we're pulling you to the side like, again, I'm on YouTube, but again, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, like, again, I'm not, listen, again, if I'm exploiting,
well, here goes
and again, I know like Kanye is really interested. Again, it's so passionate for him. And again, the optics on it. So I'm watching again. So you're trying to do a song with my daughter, but you wouldn't do one with me. Again, because in the past, and again, after seeing this indictment, again, don't you believe that again, not that the podcast was police, but even again. So again.
Okay, so that was not very intellectual sounding at all. And I'm sorry if I can't respect anyone that says again this many fucking times.
What? Again, right? Because again. So again, yo, like again. So again, which again. Because again. So again, no.
I really get niggas locked up, right? I'm really a rat.
So Whack Three Fingers gets Loose Cannon to say all this stuff on No Jumper, and all of a sudden he's getting booked on Academics' little podcast. He's going on he's got a whole media tour to talk about all this stuff, and it's all because of Whack Three Fingers, right? Whack Three Fingers himself takes credit for this. And so knowing what Whack Three Fingers likely knows about the feds and the police, why would he encourage Loose Cannon to do this? If Loose Cannon was really his partner, why wouldn't he say, don't do that, Why is he saying go on DJ Academics and tell him the story? Why are you doing that? Is it because it furthers your agenda and you don't give a fuck if Loose Cannon gets locked up?
What?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, the guy just sounds like a cop. Like I said, his speech patterns, the things that he says, it just sounds very police-like.
I don't let people in my car. I don't know if you paid attention. I don't let dudes in my vehicle. people get in, they smell like marijuana. You know, they may have warrants and shit. I know with me in there, I know what my situation is. So they gonna escort me back. I know they there with me. I can talk bullshit. We can pull over. I get woozy.
Whack Three Fingers doesn't let people in his car because they may smell like marijuana and they may have warrants. That doesn't. So I won't let anyone in my car that doesn't smell like marijuana and doesn't have fucking warrants.
He's talking about his brother that was in the car with him, got the car smelling like marijuana in Wheeler, Texas, in Wheeler County, Texas. That's where he got caught with them 3 guns, 800 rounds of ammunition that was dismissed in the interest of justice. What a rat.
Because at least that way I can trust them. And I know that they're not.
At least he learned his
feds.
lesson.
So Three Fingers, and I want to point out, Three Fingers Wack's been saying police stuff on podcasts for a long time. This isn't new.
He got some responsibility in getting, you know, old boy killed that they love up there in the Bay. We ain't touched content on that.
So at the end of the day, Wack Three Fingers likely did play a role in helping Loose Cannon provide evidence via podcast to self-snitch on himself. Wack Three Fingers facilitated this and catalyzed the entire situation. So a lot of people are saying that Wack Three Fingers sort of may have intentionally done this to get another rolling 60 in the put in the grinder. So that's the video, guys. Check out the Patreon. I'm getting ready to drop on the Patreon. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
I'm now a fan
When I heard
a point and shoot. Shout out to Point and Shoot. He definitely got the content. I'm gonna like and subscribe, and I recommend that y'all all do the same. Thank you, man. We had to use that content. It was so great. It was on point. And once you got a mountaineer able to see through the bullshit, right? That's not afraid, because he know I'm a mountaineer. I don't know how these other mountaineers be afraid of this guy. He'll be in jail for life, an ex-felon, if he put his hands on me, right? He has balls. He has common sense. He's pretty intelligent. And he doesn't like whackademics. He doesn't like CS2 back. He doesn't like Adam 16. Hey, bro, we might invite you to the picnic, to the barbecue, brother. You know what I'm saying? Lou's got to be sick right now. Hey, you got any reaction to what you seen at the end there?
Man, it's crazy that it's crazy that the old boy, the YouTuber, he noticed all of the telltale signs. And when I say telltale, all the telling that's going on. All the telling that's going on. He noticed all the telltale telling, the leading, the coercing. He noticed all of these things, and he broke it down to the simplest form. And I'm pretty sure people who don't know police tactics, they don't study the law, they don't study body language, they don't study none of that stuff. They just go off of what somebody says because it sounds good, and they are okay with being compromised. They okay with the bullshit. This guy that just did the breakdown on the YouTube clip we just watched.
Point and shoot. He broke it down, fractionalized it the way we would do it. You know what I'm saying? The way Deuce would do it. You know what I'm saying? And I could respect that. I could highly respect that. I would love to have him over on the YouTube and, you know, talk to him and see what else he stands on also. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go check that video out at Point and Shoot and at Active Chucks. Add us until he get the point, like, hold on, and he come see and be like, damn, them boys got the content, right?
No, what he gonna say is, damn, them niggas been broke it down. Yeah, that's what he gonna say.
Right.
Because respectfully, we give credit where credit was due, but a lot of people hate the fact. I had one of my homeboys go on my DMs, and he was like, that's crazy, Deuce M's. He didn't know your name. He just said, oh, dude from with the Active Chucks. And I said, yeah, his name's Deuce M's. And he was like, man, him and you've been saying this dude was a snitch for years. And I said, listen, once I found out years ago, and my business partner, my friend, we was breaking this down. I said, bro, nobody wanted to listen to it. Everybody was like, oh man, y'all just hating on another brother. He's a brother like you. No. What'd you say, Deuce? Everybody, just because you're skin folk ain't kin folk. Everybody that's skin folk So just because WACK has a melanated complexion and he sound like he from the community, like a down brother, nah, he's another. He's one of those other individuals. One of those individuals that'll put you, your family, and your friends into the penitentiary and get COs to come run up into your cell, or, you know, third party corroborate snitch like, you know, other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like looking at it from that broad perspective. And, you know, my homeboys, he seen that we, and yourself, Deuce, breaking down the paperwork the way you did. And all I did was learn from that and get on board with it. Even though I have never broke down federal paperwork until I met you. And that just took me to a higher learning and understanding. I commend you and appreciate you for that. Because, you know, when somebody say you a snitch in the hood and they come with the paperwork and, you know, an older homie say, well, this is what he said right here, or they show their paperwork, or we know they didn't told because other niggas, and it's just like, dude, you got to get up out of here. We handle business like that. But now, this is a whole nother ball game.
Nah, fuck all that. Hey, CS2 back, my nigga. Why you keep snitching on Loose Coochie Cannon, my nigga?
Hey, listen, I didn't tell that nigga to get up there. I asked the question. Hey, Lamonte, you got that big brain of yours.
Hey,
you should know better. Hey, Damu,
don't my name off your tongue. That's
Damu, don't tell me how to tell what I'm gonna tell.
Well, you always gonna tell when you're not a Damu, so stop calling me Damu. Let's go.
Nigga said, let's go. Bro, but the fact that this dude seen the fact, the edification of breaking down paperwork, to make a long story short, man. What's his name? On Point?
Point and Shoot.
Point and Shoot. Hey, dude, you did a great job with that, man. Hopefully you come across the channel. When you do, come up to the panel. Let's have a breakdown. Let's get you up to date. Let's get you up to speed. And salute for that good content, man. Salute to you.
Yeah, definitely salute to you. So what we gonna do is hey, salute to everybody that's on Instagram right now. Instagram going up. You know what I'm saying? I might not have been commenting to y'all, but before we go again, let me show y'all something real quick. Cause CS2 back. Yeah, let's get into that first. Cause CS2 back is saying
Lamonte, he's saying Loose Cannon did it.
Yeah, we finna get to that first, right?
Oh, okay.
I want you to react to that because you wasn't here to hear it, right? So I want to make sure that you right with everybody else when you hear this. When you hear this, we got a super chat. You want to get into that before?
Yes, sir. The super chat. Let's get to that. Oh,
Go
man,
ahead,
we got
please.
Brad up T504 with the $4.99 super chat. Y'all need to get Big Mess and K9 from Swans on the show to comment on this situation. They was calling Buster Wack out way in 2018. Man, listen, Brad up T504. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe Conversations is highly appreciated. Salute to you, your family, and your tribe. But yeah, hey, Big Mess been tapping in with us for a while, man. So we're already up to speed with Big Messy exposed and CS2 back. K9 from Swans, we tapped in him. Salute to him also, man. We tapped in with him a while ago, and we've been having conversations with him too. That, you know, if it's up to us, man, they can come up. If Deuce, you cool with that?
Oh yeah, no problem. But hold on. Let me see. Maybe that old motherfucker. Would do want to come up. He might be going to sleep. You know, old people go to sleep early. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Mess, what's happening, blah? Big black being bull blowing bigger red.
What's up, let's talk. What do you do, Sims? What do you want? I'm over here in the noms right now. I'm about to go throw a grenade and blow up this bitch. What's going on?
Hey, Crater Face looking for you.
He won't find me. He know where to find me at. That nigga's hiding somewhere, hiding with 3 fingers tucked in his gooch. Salute to the gooch, because he's a Gucci man.
Yo, yeah, did he talk to Dog?
Hey, listen.
Hey,
Stutterbox,
Matt, we live right now, right? This, oh, you don't hear Yael talking to you? Hey. Nah, somebody was saying we need to link up with Big Messy because he been saying that WACK was a buster, right? While we live, this is what they said in the chat. I guess they didn't know that it was Damu Kiwe Conversations. You know? Yeah. What you ain't listening to the live? You didn't see me no link, so I'm gonna listen. Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna send you a link. But hey, Yael, you got something to say to this old motherfucker, man?
Hey, listen, hey, Messy, I told you, hey, Damu, I told you. All you gotta do is give me the blowbation. I told you, nigga.
I don't want no smoke, brother.
All right.
What's going on this past week? I don't want no smoke. None at all.
Hey, so you must be Muslim. It must be Ramadan. Hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a pass, blood. When I
Bye, Messy. We get back to the content. I'll see you the link. All right, you wait. You want to come up and bick it with me and y'all?
I'll come up in there and sit down and laugh at you two crazy fuckers.
All right, I'm gonna send it right now, big homie.
And he said, send me the link.
Send me the link. Hold on, let me send this to the G homie, man. Shout out to Big Mess. Shout out to Pacoima, man. 2 P's and a B, my nigga.
The real ones, not
ones.
the fake ones like CS2 back and his flunkies. We talking about the real ones. Salute to the real ones.
They wanted Big Messy up here, so we got Big Messy on here. That's the G homie. But here go the audio I wanted you to hear, y'all. This nigga Loose, WACK was telling on him. I guess he heard us saying, why is he throwing you under the, he trying to put everything on you. The nigga reacted, and this is what he said.
You know, doing it, they try to come up to WACK on some goofy stuff. WACK said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did. You know, doing it, they try to come up to WACK on some goofy stuff. WACK said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did.
WACK said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did. Oh, that's what you did? Shout out to Bad Luck Cheeseburger Chuck for putting that up. You know what I'm saying? And here we go. We got a special guest. Big Messy Marv Pacoima is in the building. Pacoima is in the building.
What do we do?
Valley.
Valley.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Valley. Hey, these niggas screaming Valley. Hey, Messy, brother, I gave you a badge. I gave you a pass on it, homie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me a pass and not giving me those motherfucking feds. Thank you.
Hey, you welcome. You welcome, blood.
You welcome. Damn, hey, bro, that nigga do be extra out like that. Let's get to this other video. I wanted to show y'all this one too, man, because this clown was talking about who the primary. Y'all know he don't know how to read work. Y'all remember when we exposed he didn't know how to read work? Y'all remember that, right? Oh, now y'all don't remember. Shout out to the answer. Let's get to it.
Oh, my phone was muted. I said, yeah.
According to 2020, August of 2020 with the conspiracy.
Yeah, I think that's what sent him to work.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Answer Man. This victim one appears over 160 times in this indictment. He's a key part of the prosecution. He's the one that Big U told about ambushing WACK surrounding him, and he caught a case in 2020 and decided to work for the people.
You just ran a what?
Del Morrison nigga work.
Who was that?
Victim one.
Wait, victim one is who?
Del Morrison.
Talking about Dale.
Yeah, we're talking about Dale.
Oh, yeah. You talking about his work from when he got caught up in 2020?
Got caught up in 2020, August of 2020 with the drug conspiracy.
Yeah, I think that's what sent him to work. Watch your head.
Mm-hmm. You think so too?
Because he went to work and looked like on them niggas in 2021.
Facts. Told on them. And the investigation of the Big U started February 2021 too, so timelines match up.
Yep, there it go. So it all depends on who you talking to. Because you got to think about it, right? Let's keep it real.
Hey, Deuce, can you pause it real quick?
Williams'
Yes,
mama.
sir.
Appreciate it, brother.
Oh,
We got point and shoot in the chat, man. We got point and shoot in the chat. Let's drop the link and bring him up. Point and shoot, salute to coming in. We're going to bring you up on stage.
Hit that like button, show a little love for point and shoot. If you want to stream this at the same time, point and shoot, feel free, King. Let's go. Matter of fact, we're going to get out of this. So the bottom line, I don't want them dudes to report it, especially since we going up, right? So we're going to close that one out. And they're basically saying that this confidential informant one is some dude that's telling on Big U or whatever. But like I said, we exposed he didn't know how to read paperwork or even didn't know the difference between a CDCR 115 and an actual paperwork in court documents. We worked them out of $2,000. Remember that? One of the most historic, hilarious plays in YouTube history. His pride is still butthurt over that. But we're going to go on here real quick to Instagram, and I'm going to show y'all something on Instagram that I'm hoping that y'all pay attention to, because if y'all haven't, we're going to be exposing it real soon. But you could go ahead and do the, let me see, Damu Kiwe Conversation team. Okay, let me make sure I make a comment so that we could get this together. Bam. So in the complaint, not an indictment, in the complaint, you have a footnote, right? So in this footnote, you got it gives you a good explanation and clues to who confidential witness one is, right? The one they're talking about is supposed to be the one giving up all this information and all of that. And they named the guy, and the guy that they named does not even fit the description. So I don't know if they're just trying to smoke screen us, muddy the investigation further, like they did when they claimed that Big U's DNA was found up under the nails of the victim and the body. Let me show y'all this real quick. So if you check the footnote in a criminal complaint, a federal criminal complaint, CW1 has a criminal history that includes convictions for possession of sales of narcotics in 2003 and 2009 in violation of California Health and Safety Code sections 11350, that's a mere possession, A, and 11351, which is a sales, respectfully, and as well as shooting into an inhabited dwelling in 2003. In violation of California Penal Code section 246, CW1 received cooperation credit from the Central District of California at sentencing in a prior drug conspiracy case. So they've been working and even received a downward departure in the Central District of California at sentencing in a prior drug conspiracy case, alleging a violation of Title 21, United States Code Section 846, which is a conspiracy to distribute drugs. However, former President Biden commuted CW1's sentence for that offense. So now, this is how you do an investigation, right? based on the fact, oh, big mess, your device ain't connected. Based on the fact that we know for certain that this person who is CW1 was sentenced, was commuted. His sentence for 846, USC 821, 846, conspiracy to distribute was commuted by Biden. That's one thing you can look at because there's a list for Biden's for the people who had their sentences commuted by Biden, right? So I went and researched that list, and then they said it was out of the Central District of California, which makes it a little bit more easy. And that's the crime that was sentenced was 846. So we're doing process of elimination, right? And we came up with 14 names. Now, out of these 14 names on the list, only one of them should have discharging a firearm in a residential area in 2003. We got the list. We're still doing our investigation. And right now, we've been able to eliminate a couple of Mexican cases, some 18 streets. We got a brother from Legend Crip. We got 3 brothers whose sentence was commuted from the bounty hunters in Nickerson Garden. So we had another dude from Harlem Crip. So we done did a lot of investigation, and we'll say that for another room. But for those who aren't lazy and want to do the research, I just gave y'all the ways to do it. I don't care whether or not y'all first. It's about being right. We don't care about first. Long as we right. We gonna make sure our people gonna make sure they come and hear us break it down. They know what we do. Receipts only, right? So we gonna get into another one, but they were saying another name, they or whoever they were trying to accuse, and that person's name is not on the list. It is not within one of the people that were sentences was commuted under the Biden administration. It was, his name is not Vail. That's the name they said, Vail. His name is not does not have a 846 conspiracy out of the Central District of California. So they don't know what they're doing. They still over there gang goofy and don't know how to read paperwork, right? So that's something that y'all should keep in mind also. More important, do not go for the okie doke. And now we're going to get into WACK and Trap Lord Ross on No Jumper. Get into, well, it wasn't really an argument. WACK was trying to bully the conversation because he was embarrassed. And we're going to get into this. And we definitely finna clown about this. Let's go. Let me get down to the bottom.
See, the only difference is you usually do what you did the other day sitting over there in London.
Look how he started over trying to intimidate the Mountaineer.
You know I'm allowing you to question me right now, right?
I appreciate it.
Because you did some punk shit the other day. See, the only difference is you usually do what you did the other day sitting over there in London somewhere, right? And you're not here, right? It's a lot of places you can't go. You send Adam something as if it was a clip of something I did I wasn't supposed to do.
No, he sent me a screenshot of a page from the indictment.
Okay, that's cool.
Where Big U was recorded on a wiretap, basically saying that he punked you out with a whole bunch of people, and it had a quote that he attributed to you, but it wasn't an actual video or recording. This was Big U's version of events.
Hold on. You're the receiver. So since you read everything, right? Tread lightly with this, because I've been telling myself for the last couple minutes not to really do nothing to you because I know what you was trying to do.
Okay.
So since you so thorough, did you read what Big U said he did to me? No, either you gonna play smart or dumb. Did you read it?
Yes. Can I say one thing?
What did you
can I
find
say one thing in my
there
defense first?
That's the bullshit and the real shit.
But can I say one thing in my defense
I
first?
just want to know what you read.
I feel like stuff that Adam said that he put source on top of it. I just sent him an image of the indictment and said, "Have you seen this?" You went in the room and you said a bunch of stuff.
No, you said in that page.
Added on.
You said in that page. So I'm asking you, you're just gonna let me know where you at with me.
Mhm.
Did you read that and did you use your brain to understand why and why not? So I'm a dude that has violated Big U like no other human being, right?
He really believed violating Big U is talking shit on the internet, but when you're scared to pull up, when he had you begging for your life without a gun, you saying you had the gun, which I don't understand how ex-convict can publicly go on the internet and said the okay. Salute. Hey, I just got shout out my boy. He said Dale is the name of the victim once, but they were also saying the snitch was Dale, not just victim one, as if it was the confidential witness one, CW one. So maybe I just got caught up in them using the term witness and confidential as far as snitch. But back to this dude, he violated Big U, not by beating him up, not by putting in no work. This is who he is, an internet personality, living in a false sense of reality.
For sure.
2-3 years, right?
That's such a claim to fame now that Big U is like the ultimate bad guy of LA.
No.
Him being able to say that he violated is like him saying he went up against Al Capone.
No.
To tell the tale.
No, you got to remember, I don't see Big U the way y'all see Big U.
I know.
Big U done sat on my couch with his head down, scared straight in situations where he needed our help at. I don't see him that way. A motherfucker who I had to pay rent and help take care of his family, who then sat on my couch and said, help me. I don't see that dude as that, right? But if you read that, right, it says we was 15, 20 deep, right? And we caught him. And he was by himself, right? You do know I jumped out on them.
Scrap.
You do know I wasn't walking. I'm in a car with 800 horsepower in it, right? I'm very capable of whatever, right? You do know my homeboys was adjacent to them, but they had no idea they was there, right?
The Henny Man.
Right?
That's new information.
You do understand that, right?
Yo, I'm here.
He's
Big
streaming.
No,
Big Egg, how you living? Oh my God.
Now we got Mount Podmore right here, bro.
Hello,
We said
hello,
you in the
Shay.
middle.
How you doing? First time meeting. Come on. IRL.
Hold on. We got to get to this right here.
He's trying to pack out Trapler right now. Yeah, we need a judge.
Hold on.
We need someone to litigate this situation.
No, hold on. Watch this.
I'm glad I'm here at ground zero, man. This for all the indictments.
Watch this. So let me give it to you, right?
Smell like police donuts up in here, man. I brought my badge too. Yo, I said this the Fan Avengers. They got me. They got Adam. They got Black.
Mount Podmore.
Shout out to the new recruit, Remo.
He the undercover.
So listen,
He the worst undercover ever.
Hold on, let's get back to it.
They said the undercover had a stutter.
Oh, the undercover had a stutter?
Actually,
no, won't you read it?
Look, I just feel like I will read it. I'll read it. I'll read it. Can I say something before I read it? Because it's very important.
I want you to read it.
All right, I'll read it.
I want to see how
I'll
smart
read
you
it,
are.
and then I'll give what I thought of it, and then I'm going to repeat what Adam said about it.
I want a dramatic reading.
You spun it crazy.
I want you to read it dramatically.
Hey, third, y'all out there?
Yo, before y'all get to that,
I'm gonna expose something that I never exposed.
Yo,
oh wow, okay.
I'm so glad you're my friend because all your ops just go to jail, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. All your ops, every nigga don't like you, they going down in a ball of flame, man.
I'm a legal guy,
Wax my friend. I'm telling you.
Hey, Snackademics, as point and shoot called him. I like that one. As Wackademics off that Hennessy points out. Off the top, you know, they say that drink make you tell the truth, right? Points out off the top, hey, look, man, hey, I don't want no problems, man. All your enemies end up going to jail. It looked like Vladimir, Vladimir is, look at Adam Grand Mason over here. You know what I'm saying? With his head down, acting like he done doesn't understand the implications. All of your enemies end up in jail, not shot, not beat up, in jail. That's a nasty reputation to have. You're definitely working.
Hey, go ahead, read it. Read it.
Henley
I'm on him for doing this weird shit. Go ahead.
Henley recounted to victim one, and then this is on a wiretap, right? So bear in mind, this is very important. This is Big U bragging about doing this on a wiretap to somebody
on
else,
the phone,
not knowing that he's being listened to, right?
Read it.
Henley recounted to victim one an incident in which Henley and Rollin 60's gang members chased down WACK100, attempting to hurt him. Quote, "There's 15 to 20 dudes with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on, all black, tied down. She like, boom, she jumped in the car, paid for, redacted, and then took off. Boom, this dude screaming. My wife, drawers. I see you, Eugene. I see you. Eugene Henley, I see you. He's screaming all of that. He's got his blower. His blower's out.
Allegations.
But he's messed up. I gotta read the whole thing. But he's messed up because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass dude. I'm like, yeah, bitch ass dude. He's like, something. He's like, redacted. Die here, man. Don't do this. My wife, my kids in that car. Drawers. Don't do this. He's screaming.
Now, you tell
he was about to turn you into
I want to see how smart you are. I've been violating him for 2 years. Violating him, calling him rats, snitches. Now, he came up here 20 deep to get me, right? And he's telling me some work. What stops him from
hang around, Anita?
So look, this is important. I'm about to give you this. Let me get to it. My interpretation of this, me personally, and bear in mind, my interpretation wasn't put out there. Adam hopped on the live and said, no. This is so crucial. I want you to tell me, because I'm gonna get to mine. Mine's okay. Adam hopped on there and said Wack was begging for his life. I didn't say that. You put source on that.
I want you to listen.
Adam put source on it.
I want you to tell me what you get from that.
This is what I'm trying to get to.
Why didn't he
I get to it is because you might not want to admit this. You had your blower.
Okay.
You're begging him not to kill him.
Now stop right there.
Right?
Like Clubhouse.
If I got my blower and you 20 deep with hoodies and I'm by myself, right? No begging to plead. That's when you really do it, right? What do you think my mentality was? For a dude not to approach me and you come to get me, and I jump out my car talking. What kind of
Hey, could y'all send us that tweet, screenshot it, and send it to my DM? We always need receipts, Brad. No, don't take it personal, but our credibility is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? That shit, a good name is worth more than gold. It's invaluable, especially nowadays when you got all of these type of rats. We like to separate ourselves from the majority of these other cats on the net. But send that, if you could DM that to Active Chucks on IG, we will show that. As far as J.O., we interviewed J.O. Shout out to the bro. I'm quite sure he in the chat right now. J.O., if you in there, holla at us. Because I sent him the link and he more than likely listens whenever he got the opportunity. Shout out Bullet Loco.
Conversation you think I'm having to make a dude say, don't nobody move.
I agree with you.
Now,
I feel like
Blick
talk. I feel
third
like
y'all out there.
You probably was on that Soulja Boy shit.
Now I'm about to expose something nobody ever knew. So here it goes, right?
Ground zero,
I'm here. All of this is a parking lot, right?
He's a flip-flopper.
I'm here. They walk down. They walk right past my car. They didn't even see me. When I seen them get here, I jumped out. Y'all looking for me? Right?
Shit.
They stopped. They back was to me. Y'all, I had everything I had. I could have dealt with everything in front of me. Now, what they didn't know is I'm talking to my team. Big Unim is here. Now, watch this. Look, watch this. Big Unim is here. I'm here out the car. Third, who was here, and here?
You taking notes?
Hold on. Third, who in that parking lot when I'm confronting these 20 Crips was 20 to 30 feet in every direction and they didn't know it?
Hey, bro, this dude really got a false sense of reality. First, we gotta stop right here. We finna take y'all back because this is, y'all gotta get everything in the proper context, right? So we gonna go ahead and go to Damu Kiwe Conversation. Hey, y'all let them know where they at. Make sure that they active in that chat. We finna go ahead and go show y'all this video.
Man, listen, y'all sitting in one of the hottest lives on YouTube right now. Listen, if y'all in the chat, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a friend that told that a friend to tap in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the content. Man, salute to the Blue Wrench mob that's always on a job. And salute to the valid supporters that's tapping in, man, that's in and brought a friend in, man. The chat is where it's at. You sitting with Duke Sims, the Don, and Yael, the Kiwe pop star. One of the hottest, most authentic lives on YouTube. The voice of the culture and the West Coast. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
All right, we're gonna take y'all back to the Novo. You know what I'm saying? When after he disrespected Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? We got Crip Cop who was an eyewitness there that day, and we got video footage, which you will see exactly what happened. Let's go. Shout out to my boy.
It was epic, bro. You had to be there, bro. So look, I'm on the phone with you. I'm on the phone with TD. You know what I'm saying? We on the phone, chopping it up, talking about our album and shit, our music. Boom, all day we on the phone. Boom, on the phone. I'm like, all right, boom, I get a phone call like, hey, we at the spot tonight, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt performance. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm already on Olympics, so I basically bust a bitch. Boom. Because it's like, they go on, when it start? Oh, right now. Oh, damn. Oh, I bust a bitch. Boom. I head to the motherfucking Novo. Boom, I get to the Novo. When I walk in, I see the nigga True Car. That's my little bro. I see True Car. Yeah, True Car, stretch hands, 9 hand, bull brown. I try to shoot backstage. I'm thinking Corrupt back there. That's where the homies at. Boom. So mind y'all, the whole time I'm thinking I'm going to, you know, pull up on Gotti. The homie's gonna be there. We gonna while he gonna perform. Everybody go home. Woo, wow, right? So when I get in there, I'm looking for the homies. I don't see the homies. I try to go backstage. They're like, can't nobody go back there. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, niggas acting weird. I'm like, all right, let me see. I'm like, where the homies at? I call. When I call, I'm like, where everybody? Like, oh, they at the bar section. Boom. So I get over there. I see the homie. Boom. I shake his hand. I'm gonna leave some names out, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how everybody. Yeah. Boom. So I'm only gonna speak about me and TV. When we get there, boom. So I see homie. I shake his hand. Shake that homie hand. Boom. We chilling. We leaning against the wall. I look. The nigga I'm next to is TD. I look at TD like, nigga, you didn't tell me he was coming out here. He got his hat low, right? All right. He like, yeah, he laughed. I'm like, yeah, nigga, you didn't tell me he was coming out here. Nigga, I just got off the phone with you, fool. He like, yeah. So boom, right? We go into the little bar area. We standing there, and I see this nigga TD stretching now. Oh, no. I've been around. I've been in a few fights. I've been in a few rumbles. I didn't have my time, right? When I see the homie stretching, I already know what time. So that's when it dawned on me, like, oh, Corrupt performer with gang manager is, oh, right? yeah. So I got on my $1,100 Gucci, right? I got on my motherfucking Gucci. So I see the homie stretching that I get to tie my shoe. But the last thing I want to lose is my shoes. You know what I'm saying? In a rumble, you can be took off on and you can still on. You can fight back, right? So anything can happen in a rumble. So in my mind, I see the homie stretching. This nigga's on the pillar, really doing the stretches though. Like the real, like he in the gym stretches, gang, right? Yeah. So. As he do the stretches, I tie my shoes. I'm like, fuck. The nigga WACK come running out. Boom, shit, nigga WACK. Everybody head starts sticking up like prairie dogs. So now I know, oh yeah, we on bullshit. Right? So now when I look at everybody, you know what I'm saying? We probably like 36 inside the spot. So When I look at everybody, when Rack went by, he went by like a movie. It's like a little short nigga running, right? And the nigga got like 7 foot tall niggas with him, right? So I'm like, damn, that nigga got 7 foot tall niggas with him. So when he run by, it's like 3 niggas with him. When they run by, boom, they run by all the homies.
Was one of them, is that include Kanye West and
So
his bodyguard?
No, so when they first ran by, I'm guessing he went to go get Kanye. You understand what I'm saying? So because when they run by, it's only 3. When they run back, it's 5. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break the Kanye shit down to you because Kanye at that time is not Kanye. You know what I'm saying? When I'm telling the story, Kanye is not Kanye. Kanye
look
is
it out, guys.
In all black boots with an all black jacket, all black pants with a black ski mask. So in our eyes, he looked like security.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's not a nigga he went to go get Kanye. That's not what I'm thinking at the time. So boom, when he run back by, it's 5 niggas now. So now the 30, so what he don't know is when he got through that last door, we was behind him. 30 niggas got up and we own that nigga ass. Pause. No diddy. We slide, boom. So when we get this, because we not known as Kanye West. So when we go straight, he must have made a right straight to the stage. You get what I'm saying? Boom. Yeah. When we go straight, we go up the stairs. When we go up the stairs, we looking like, where this nigga go? All the other niggas that was with Blueface, all the other little straggly.
Hey, they finna show the thing real quick. Everybody keep putting Brick got stabbed. 2 Gangsta for Radio covered it, but he cited Bad Luck Cheeseburger Chuck as the credible source. I believe he's a credible source, but not for content. I believe he's a reliable source for the feds. So you talking about a dude from Las Vegas claims he from Chicago, that No Limit Cairo and them came on Clubhouse and exposed he was not No Limit, and didn't nobody in Chicago come verify, not one come verify he was for Chicago or that he was No Limit. And y'all want us to believe this nigga who is most obviously a plant. He ain't even got a plaque with 160,000 subscribers. So now he got fake viewers. He's a fake nigga claiming Chicago and ain't for Chicago, being site, and he's a CS2 back. Bro, he won the Golden Knee Pad Awards in the Oscar Mayer Mafia Oscar Award, bro. We ran the Oscar Mayer Oscar award show on Clubhouse, and he won the Golden Knee Pad Award. And y'all citing him as a reliable. Come on, my nigga. That nigga ain't got no credibility. We don't believe you. We need more people.
You know what I'm saying? They was all here. So everybody kind of know this is where it turned into some training day shit. Ready? So boom. Now niggas is seeing when WACK100.
Watch to the right and watch this action y'all see over there. Boom. Y'all see the white shirt trying to push the dude off?
Niggas is moving. So they know they like, oh, all right.
Seconds later, 4 seconds later, Kanye, and there go WACK.
Boom, when we go upstairs,
turns
we
around and he looks. Because what happened? Then you see John P looking back.
So, you know, the Novo's the hallway, and it's a similar hallway right upstairs. You just gotta go up that stairs. So the stairs, it makes like a spiral. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big, but it you know, 4 people can maybe walk down the stairs at the same time or up the stairs at the same time. So boom, 30 people smush up the stairs. When we get to the top of the stairs, we looking for WACK. People kind of like, hey, what y'all on? They're like, oh, y'all on bullshit. We like, yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, we hitting up here. So we like, cool. So now we standing right there. Of course, if we with Corrupt and Corrupt running the DJ Quick, they chopping it up for a second.
Why
you know
is
what I'm saying? So we don't stand still real quick. So boom, at this moment, we kind of like, man, we ain't gonna that nigga running from us. So we like, fuck it, man. We just gonna go down because Donnie about to perform with gang. We're gonna just go down the stairs and go get ready by the stage. as we going down this day, because now Wack knows that we was in that bar, so he's not gonna run back. So now he's trying to figure out a way to get Kanye out this motherfucker. Because now Kanye leaving. So as we're going to lead down those stairs that leads back downstairs to the main hallway to the stage, nigga TD runs into Wack. Wack is the first nigga leading up the stairs. And TD is the first nigga and a couple other homies. I'm not gonna say their name, they know who they are.
Get out, my boy.
Coming down the stairs. So as we going down the stairs, I'm at the top of the stairs, so I really don't see these niggas leaving yet. So when they leaving, I see everybody leave. I'm probably saying my boss and a couple other homies that was with DJ Quick. So when I'm going down the stairs, when I turn around, I'm at the top of the stairs. I see the homies say, "What, nigga? What's that shit you was saying?" And the nigga said, "What?" And all I heard was, when I'm looking at drawers, I see the nigga drawers smack the fire from this nigga. But everybody that didn't see it ducked because it sounded like a gunshot. Hit the nigga so hard, the whole stairwell froze. Because nigga, we thought a blower went off, nigga. So when everybody get up, that nigga run. He jumped down the stairs. So now this is fake ass movie blood. He in a red Pendleton. He tall. You know what I'm saying? He hopping between Wack. So now the whole stairwell, he act like he got a blower. So now the whole stairwell is like, we freeze. Then niggas kind of thought about like, hey, my nigga, pull that nigga blood. Nigga, stop pump faking. We like, nigga, stop pump faking. He realized we knew he was pump faking. He started running. But this is the crazy part about Wack. This is how you know he's a narcissist, bro. The nigga had enough time to run up the stairs, but he ran back up the stairs just a little bit to see up the stairs to see who was filming. Me and bro looked at each other dead, and that nigga WACK100 know he knew criticality in his eyes when he got smacked, nigga. Nigga, when he looked at me, nigga, he looked at the stairwells. I'm the last nigga. Remember, I'm the last nigga at the stairwells. We looked dead at each other. He ran back down the stairs like a cartoon character. Now all of a sudden, out smacking 30 niggas is trying to get down one flight of stairs. Right. So when we get down the hallway, remember all those loose niggas I told you, blue face homies and a couple shattered like blood niggas, you know what I'm saying? They was right here. So it was some Chris right there too, though, right? Yeah, it's Chris and blood because it's blue face people. Then you got some people that fight, but come to find out, I heard them they was like clubhouse blood. They wasn't even like real niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
that was CEO Rakisha and them niggas was there. The other nigga, what's the nigga named Crip? All them bust ass niggas was there. Didn't even get active. But go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't see none of these. Right? I don't know none of those dudes. I don't know them. I ain't seen none of them, and they wasn't nobody there with him but a tall dude that was acting like he had a blower, but he didn't, and they ran for their life. And then, so what happened was, when we run down the stairs, boom, we get down the hallway. Everybody that was down the hallway that was supposed to be with Blueface and all the other people, they like not saying he went that way, but they doing the eyes and the head shrugs like he went that way. Right? Like they like we that ain't our shit. Get that nigga. We ain't they did him like training day. You gotta put in your own work, Lonzo. Right? So when they must have got, so mind you, he's running with Kanye. Mind you, we don't know that's Kanye. I see a nigga in boots. He looks like a bouncer. You get what I'm saying? Right. We don't know that that's Kanye. That looks like a nigga that holds the front door of Habibi's down. You feel me? Right. That nigga look like a bouncer, nigga. So boom. So when we get down the stairs, we push to the stage. When we push to the stage, he must have told the niggas at the door, don't let them in. Nigga, it was a 170-pound white boy standing at that door, bro. You know that nigga had no chance of hell. So we smushed through there. So now he don't make enough money. Right. So now when we get to the backstage, we at the backstage. So now it's Blueface, is a couple other famous celebrities right there, a couple other old workers from Hunnit ENT. You know what I'm saying? They all see what's going on. There's a lot of people that was there that know what happened, and they're not gonna say nothing, but they know what happened.
I'm gonna put them on blast. Was K-Boy there? Did you see K-Boy?
K-Boy, yeah, I seen K-Boy. I seen
OT Genesis.
OT Genesis was there for sure. It was right there. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to K-Boy, shout out to OT Genesis, my niggas. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, they saw that, and when they seen that, now you got WACK. Now you got WACK between the stage and 30 niggas that want to holler at you, and one nigga that just smacked fire from me.
That's this part. Now watch him and Kanye and them come back out. Point and shoot. Salute.
When he got smacked, he only one nigga see him, two niggas see him. He didn't want no fade back, just let a Crip slap him across his face and don't want to they trying to back me out. None of that.
No, because now he's arguing with the people at the stage because he wants to jump off the stage and they won't let him. So now he's like, you can just see him. I can't hear him because now at this point, Wayne and Game is performing. So,
there go Lil Wayne. There go Game.
As they performing,
there go
John
T. WACK.
See WACK like, man,
Kanye.
Don't let me jump off this fucking stage.
Word to third. And
like,
bust ass
Cuban
zirconium, Cuban rock.
Next thing you know, that nigga jumps off the stage.
Nasty work.
So, in the middle of where, right? It definitely got somewhere. Nigga, next thing you know, that nigga jumps off the stage. So, in the middle of where, right? It definitely got somewhere. Nigga, next thing you know, that nigga jumps off the stage. So, in the middle of where, right? It definitely got somewhere. Nigga, next thing you know, that nigga jumps off the stage. So, in the middle of where, right? It definitely got somewhere. Nigga, next thing you know, that nigga jumps off the stage. So, in the middle of where, right? It definitely got somewhere.
All right. Salute to my bro, Criticality. Y'all see them take that walk of shame and look at Lil Wayne laughing, the Game laughing. What y'all doing jumping off the front of the stage with Kanye West, a multi-billionaire, because them Crips was back there and they was tired of you disrespecting Nipsey Hussle and Big U. Now this dude is on here telling these other clowns on No Jumper, Adam 16, Wackademics, telling them a whole nother story. But if y'all really want to get into it, y'all want to hear some classic shit, we talked about Criticality. Let's hear what happened when TD confronted CS2 back, and then we going to get into this paperwork because this nigga's a rat. Let's go.
He draws confront WACK100
Let's go.
It tells him, you got socked out, and you know it. Clubhouse streets, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
No more. But if we gonna do what we always did, coming from our era, you gonna let them get out of it, then we get to it. I didn't jump in my motherfucking car and speed off behind my family, my nigga. I got them through. And maintain my position.
Nah, but why you throwing Corrupt under the bus?
Hey, bro, what's going on? What's
Hold on, one mic. Hey, listen. I know it. One question at a time. Go ahead, Raheem.
Nah, WACK, I got all that. I got you on that. All that's solid. But I'm saying, you said a brother from another set, not yours, put his neck out there to let you know.
Fuck that nigga. He from his set. He need to be dealt with. He from them niggas set. He a snake. I'll never trust that nigga.
It ain't about trust, but you had your family and he gave you a shout out. Why would you throw
Nah,
him
bro,
under the bus?
we wasn't think he let me know for a reason. But he playing the 52 because he go on stage and act like he was on some other shit. I catch that little nigga. He ain't nothing. I know what I'm gonna do with him, but I catch up with him. I've been knowing that nigga 20-something years. I ain't too much I can do with him. The nigga's 80 pounds. He's an alcoholic. He be having seizures and shit already because his health is bad. I'll catch up. I know what to do with him.
Weird to me, but it's
nigga
cool. It ain't my
saved your
business.
life, WACK.
Sound weird.
That nigga ain't saved my life, bro, because you got to remember this, bro. It's my event. I got there before the security got there. I'm really just eliminating what could happen to a bunch of innocent niggas. They the ones got search coming in there, not me, nigga, not us. What you talking about? It's my event. I'm in the building at 4:30 before the security and the metal detectors come on. So what I'm doing is removing myself and my soldiers from a situation where I know where it could go. They in there wide open. We ain't. What you talking about?
Real quick, while they doing that, everybody still talking about the witness one. I was talking about CW one, and they mixed them up saying witness one and also saying CW one. So when they got crossed up, I hope it wasn't crossed up in translation. Victim one is Dale Morrison. I don't know if anybody has said his whole name yet, but he is the victim that owned the dispensary, and he is called Victim One. That's the one that Tremaine allegedly robbed and extorted. That's Victim One, just to clarify for the record. Let's get back to the content.
I took it out, nigga, to a more clear playing field, my nigga. I ain't into the innocent people catching these slugs, but you know, have it go the other way, it go the other way. Either way, I was straight. I wasn't slipping. I ain't never slipping.
You a liar, nigga.
Period.
Nigga, you lying, nigga.
Slipping.
I agree with D Snut.
So at the end of the day,
hold on, don't boo the brother down. God damn, he might want to. Bro, look, man, I finna this one.
At the end of the day, this what kills me. It's amazing how y'all want to see something happen to WACK. Man, if you that
hey man, hey, look, stop.
One mic. Hold on, fruits or fronts or whatever you is, bro. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let the man finish off, and then you can say what you gonna say, brother. Hold on, brother. We keep it organized.
Yo, listen. So I come in here to listen to y'all, answer a few of y'all questions, but I'm not having no back and forth with no nigga it's already on with. Y'all went to the internet. Y'all could have kept it off the internet, nigga, and let it be what it is.
Put that on Piru, nigga.
Who am I even talking to?
You talking to Tiny Draws, nigga. Put that on Piru.
Talking about the busted nigga that looked me in my face.
Put that on Piru. Hey, look. All you gotta do, cause we ain't gotta do no yelling. We ain't gotta do none of that, bro. Put that on Piru.
Who is you though, bro?
This is Tiny Draws, Cash.
Well, what are we talking about?
We talk about what happened when you walked up them stairs, nigga. Put that on Piru.
What happened?
You didn't get smacked in your head and you didn't get socked in your face.
Touch me, nigga. What did you talking
bro? Put
about?
that on Piru.
Why is you nigga? You want me to
put that on Piru?
Hey, you didn't. You or no other nigga.
Man, look, bro. Put that on Piru.
If you or no nigga ever touch me.
Man, look, I'm not, bro.
Your uncle bitch wrong got drew down on.
You put nigga need to smack you in your head.
You
put that on Piru.
My head. Where you
nigga? Put that on Piru. Put that
on. So at first, when I first heard this back then, I'm thinking that WACK was deflecting because he got caught in the stairs when Corrupt and them was coming down and he was walking with Kanye West. And he keeps trying to point and talk about what happened, what was going on in the garage. He wanted to change the topic and deflect to focus on what Draws and then we're doing in the garage, right? He wanted everybody to know nothing happened in the garage. It was once WACK got out there, he was stuck at the thing, and we'll hopefully see the video of that, right? He's trying to argue he got his thing out, allegedly, got his thing out by multiple accounts, and he's don't do this, all of this conversation going. He's trying to make the security lady open up the thing so he could get out. His wife and his daughter and the mermaid is in the car right before him or after him. He talked about he hopped out because he was on them. No, he hopped out because he's stuck and they ain't brought the thing up so he can't get out. He has no choice but to be a sitting duck in that car. Let's go.
My head. Where you
nigga, put that on
head?
What are you talking about? Who
my head?
You didn't run on that stage.
Y'all sent the picture with my eye circle
bro,
like it was my eye.
Bro,
so was it my head or my eye? I put that on your raggedy
Put that on Piru, bro. That's all you got to do. You put everything else on Piru. Put that on Piru. What nigga didn't smack you,
that's
nigga.
on your mama.
Put that on Piru. That's all you got to do.
My nigga.
Yeah, all right. You know what time it is, nigga.
Well, if it's that time, why you on the internet?
Yeah, man, come on. You know what time it is, nigga.
If it's that time, why you on the internet?
You know what time it is, my nigga. Stop all the games, bro.
If it's that
Stop all
time,
the
why
internet
you on
shit.
the internet?
Stop the internet shit, nigga.
Why
you left
on
the show
internet?
early.
Oh, forgot
you left the show early. That shit that happened to you in the garage and the shit that happened to you on that stairway is two different incidents,
to me in the garage? Just see me tell you.
Nigga, the two things that happened to you, you got caught in the garage.
What happened to me in the garage?
You got caught backstage, nigga. Two different incidents.
What
nigga.
happened to me in the garage?
Come on, my nigga. Corrupt didn't tell you nothing. You won't hear capping, nigga.
What happened to me in the
didn't call
garage?
and tell you nothing. You capping. Because Corrupt was on that stairway right with us, nigga.
Tell me what happened to me in the garage.
We came down the stairs. You was coming up the stairs. You was with Kanye West, wasn't you? He had just walked on stage. You thought you was about to walk the nigga upstairs. We met right there at the stairway. We didn't say no words. We cracked you in your head on neighborhood Crip, nigga. Yes or no?
Shit,
Put that on
what are you
Piru.
talking about?
Put that on Piru. That didn't happen.
It was 15 niggas back there, bro. How you
put that on
Piru?
Bro, I'm not doing all this weird shit. Put that on Piru.
Okay, so you say that happened on the stairs. So watch it. What happened in the garage?
It happened on the stairs, nigga. And then you ran to the stage. Then? You, the tall nigga with the penalty.
I'm trying to establish something.
Man, look.
What happened in the garage?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Get your lies off.
That's my point, little bitty.
You ain't put nothing on Piru, though. That's on Piru you ran, nigga.
Nigga, keep Piru out your mouth.
Nigga, I'm going to keep saying it. You ain't going to do nothing. You had the chance to do something, Mr. Standoff.
Bro, it was 20 of y'all
Come on, it wasn't 20 of us, nigga.
On my mama, it was 20.
Nigga, you was talking about the parking garage, nigga.
How many of it was
Come on, man. It wasn't 20 of us, my nigga.
How many niggas was it before I put the video?
It wasn't 20 of us, my nigga. Stop the lies, bro.
Put that on 6-0. I let the video go.
It wasn't 20 of us, nigga.
So it wasn't 20 niggas in the garage.
No, it was not 20.
He know he's trying to get them to confirm first. Who am I talking to? Is Tiny Draws Cash. Now he wants to connect them to being gang related, even though I don't think this was necessarily gang related. I think it was more so necessary that you continuously disrespected people on the internet, and when niggas see you, they gonna want you to keep that same energy, which you didn't. Let's go.
20 niggas in that motherfucking venue. It was not 20 niggas in that venue.
20 niggas in that garage.
It was not 20 niggas in that venue,
I want to make
bro.
this clear, because I will release this footage.
Yeah, release it.
So it wasn't
release
20
it. You always
y'all
talk
in the
about what
garage.
you gonna release. Just like you said you was gonna release something on Nip. You weird, nigga.
20 of y'all. Hey,
man, look, bro. Ain't nobody got time for all these weird ass shit. You keep up this internet
the
shit,
footage on
and we
Nip
gonna keep hollering at you in the streets.
Are you saying the footage on
this
Nip
internet shit up, and we gonna keep hollering at you in the streets?
You ain't finna holler at nothing.
Man, all right. We hollered already, and it wasn't how it was supposed to go. We hollered already.
You niggas. Why you didn't get at me? Why didn't you get at me?
That was the way you left the venue early.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Tell Genesis to put that on Long Beach. Tell nigga, your artist got
that was a whole nother issue. WACK left this venue early. This is his event. His artist game. He put this together. And he's leaving scared, leaving an event he put together. Nasty work.
Game came to Deja Vu and came to the strip club with the Rollin 60s after we did that to you.
This shit is hilarious, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Did Game come to Deja Vu?
I don't know what
did Game come to Deja Vu and party with the Rollin 60s?
Game was already booked for Deja Vu. He was going in.
Who you think booked him?
You
weirdo. Who you think booked him, weirdo?
You didn't book him. So
who you think booked him, weirdo? You know.
Did you look me in my eyes? You know, came in the venue,
and you got smacked.
Did you look me in my eyes
and
when
got
you came
smacked.
in the venue?
On 6, I looked you in your eyes and you got smacked.
Did you say something?
Man, I smacked you. It was no words.
When you walked in that venue, did you say one word to me?
Go get your little tall black friend that pump fake that saved your life.
Did you say one word
to me
when you looked me in my eyes?
What happened after we socked you?
Face to face, you didn't want that.
What happened after we socked you? You said a nigga swung on you. You stood. You had a standoff. What happened after that?
Bro, didn't nobody swing on me down there.
Bro, you on 6 Crip, you said a nigga swung on you. It came out your mouth.
What you talking about, bro?
Man, come on, cuz. You know what time it is.
So I want to know why anybody would believe WAC's rendition, and we're going to show this, and we're going to get back to the content after the next video showing that he was lying about this. So he said he never said that somebody swung on him. He's denying that anyone ever swung on him, right? So let alone connected, right? Just like he lied about J-Rock, then he went on the show with the openly gay man and let him know that that bought him a poodle, right? And let him know that he ate that, and it showed him that he could take that from a 300-pound man. Damn, that pause, no diddy. That didn't come out right. But that's what he said.
Was you in the garage?
Can't play these little, you can't play these little narrative games with me.
Was you in the garage?
You can't play these narrative games with me,
nigga,
bro.
I looked at you dead in your eyes when you walked in.
Bro, you got smacked, bro.
Ask this nigga
you
when
got
you walked in the venue. Hey, bro, you didn't want this.
Bro, you got put that on Piru,
my nigga.
Put that on Piru. You didn't get smacked.
Piru out your mouth, bro.
Put that on Piru. You didn't get smacked.
Piru out your mouth.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Put that on Piru. You get smacked.
Hold on. There's a moderator. Hold up, brother.
Man. Oh, that nigga ain't with this clown shit. Tell that nigga.
Man, keep telling you to put it on Piru, bro.
Hey, bro.
Put that on Piru. We didn't smack you, nigga.
Bro. Hey, bro, that nigga's an enemy. Hey, that nigga's an enemy. He can't. Hey, bro, he can't move me to put nothing on my set, bro. It don't work like that.
Shut up, Buster.
I scream it when I want to scream. My enemy ain't gonna make me scream
too.
shit.
Stop running, nigga. You talk about you was with your wife and kids. The nigga said that he was in a BMW truck parked right behind you, nigga, and said you was solo bolo. Which one is it, nigga?
Like the kids were in 2 different cars, you stupid ass nigga.
Shut up, nigga. You lying.
You stupid or something?
You lying.
Are you dumb or something?
How young back?
Go ask your uncle if he didn't see my daughter.
How young back? Let's talk about a little back.
Who's back? I don't know.
You know who back is?
I don't know.
You know exactly who back is, nigga.
I don't know who that nigga is.
You know exactly who back is. Stop playing these games, nigga.
Who that nigga is.
You know about Marky Mark. You know about Stutterbox. You know about Dale Dog back. Stop playing these games, nigga.
What up, young back? What up, young back? Who back? I don't know no back. Hey, y'all. I talked to dog. What's up, y'all? Hey, real quick,
I talked to dog.
No. Hey, CS2 back. Listen, he said he slapped you.
Hey, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody slapped me. What are you talking about?
Coming down the steps. You know what I'm talking about.
Nigga,
bro.
I don't know what you talking about. I came down the steps. I had my team with me. What are you saying? I don't even know what you're talking about.
And your team didn't get cracking after a nigga slapped you?
I mean, like Black Sam said, did you get cracking? Did you get bracking? Because my niggas get bracking.
His niggas didn't get bracking. Them niggas took that walk of shame and jumped off stage with a billionaire. Nigga, how you gonna protect this billionaire? You can't even protect yourself. I bet if he hadn't already gave CS2 back that money for that tape from Kim Kardashian, he would have never paid him for that. You's a bitch. I'm gonna expose you now. Right? If you ever try to expose my baby mama with that shit, I'm gonna expose what I saw, and everybody gonna know you's a bitch. But Buster. But breaking news, they did have the receipts. They shot the receipt. Salute. Hashtag free Big U in the chat. Salute to the brother. This is good news. I'll get this to the legal tomorrow. Meek Mills. This guy must be using the story to confuse his indictment because I never seen him before. I would have put him to God's test on the spot. I never even met Buddy, but I don't negotiate with fake thugs. Ask him what chain, because all my chains, some shit, laugh out loud, watches all 300K up vibes. So he done tweeted Meek Mill was allegedly held hostage by LA Crips and asked Rick Ross to pay $50,000 Ransom, Meek Mill's verified page is showing that this alleged complaint is fabricated by Loose Coochie Cannon. And the feds wanted Big U so bad that they cited this as one of the cases in the complaint to get him for extortion. Hey, listen, man, when you melanated and you trying to unify Bloods and Crips and Hoovers and peace, see, there's interest in people who have invested in the prison industrial complex who gonna see that as a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Especially when you're not their puppet, especially when they can't control you. When you're able to unify communities, unify our people, not on a mass level, just in small groups. Show children what a real strong melanated man look like in the community. Show children what a father figure looks like in the community. For so many decades, that hasn't been happening in the inner cities throughout America. Our fathers got caught up in the drug trade, the war on drugs, crack cocaine, then in methamphetamines and opioid pandemic, right? Whether they was using it or whether they was selling it, they got caught up in that trap, in that game. And a lot of children lost their fathers. You understand what I'm saying? Now here comes this man being fathers to children and little boys who don't know nothing. That's how you get bitch-made ass beta males, because they're being raised by females. They're looking at and watching how their mothers react to situations because their fathers have been in prison, fell into the trap, not taking responsibility for any of us. I didn't never caught no drug cases except the one the police put on me when they tried to take my life and air me out, right? But we still hold those responsible because for whatever reasons you was dealt whatever cards you was dealt and you felt it necessary to do what you had to do to take care of yourself and your family. I get it. I empathize with that struggle, but ultimately you still had a choice. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a limited option, you still had very few options, and you could have took a different route. Fall into the trap, and now here come Big U teaching these kids how to sprinkle the line. The first time they drink from a water hose, because these kids in this generation is something different. I was in awe on the phone by those simple things, right? Teaching them to think with their mind, calculative, strategically is the difference as opposed to reacting emotionally, impulsively. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the king, man. So now wonder the indictment still hasn't dropped after almost 5 years of investigating, right? The indictment hasn't dropped. They only filed a complaint by phone, right? Emergency complaint by phone, and locked up Big U because they're having problems with this grand jury, my people. The grand jury is having a problem with this hearsay, which is we're protected from by the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution. You have a right to face all accusers, right?
Hey, I'm not getting on the stand because I'm a 137. I made my complaint.
No.
This.
No 137 is only in regards to the Deja 34, Shaquille O'Neal, and Mark Stevens investigation, as well as the Biggie Small murder investigation. So that doesn't necessarily relate to these new allegations where you are a rival. You're also cited as being a victim, as Big U tells a story on the wiretap call. You also cited as providing information. Your statements with Loose Cannon on No Jumper were cited as criminal conduct, describing criminal conduct of an alleged extortion, right? So now here comes this extortion, and Meek Mill shuts that down. Oh my God. Now wonder they can't get an indictment. Now, they said that the feds will indict a cheeseburger. Ask any federal lawyers, have they ever heard that saying? But with this one, an extortion, I told y'all the other day, establishing corpus delicti, the body of a crime. You got to have a victim. No face, no case. You got to have a victim. So with Meek Mills and Rick Ross telling these people, man, what the is y'all talking about? This never happened. What changed? This dude is a fake gangbanger, a fake thug. This dude is lying. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into this real quick. I don't want y'all to forget this. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want y'all to forget this. Let's go.
Deuce, you think Meek
niggas over there and my homies over there to handle that?
Go ahead, y'all, my bad.
No, you good. I was gonna say the fact that he made that post, he should tap in with the Damu Kiwes and let us know, like, hey man, to get that official, because Deuce Sims, you already know how it go, man. We gotta have.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see. Let me see. I know Joe used to fuck with Meek Tough, right? Let me see if he still got a line on Meek. While I'm thinking about it, I'm finna DM him now. This is important for, I know y'all way more important. Y'all want the content. We finna give y'all the content. But I'm finna see if he still got a line on me. It's more important to get him in contact with the with Big U's legal representation than on here. But hey, we could kill two birds with one stone. Let's go. But if y'all say that Loose snitched on himself and he snitched on Big U, but now we let you know that the whole time he was working for WACK, and WACK is instructing this nigga, how are you going to argue or even debate whether or not these crimes that are being alleged in the complaint is snitching on behalf of CS2 WACK? The nigga's working, bro. This is nasty work.
Nigga have us. You just see him say, and he'll pop up with the niggas like, nigga, what you doing?
Making you look funny, and
then
then
had the niggas thinking, yeah, some niggas over there, I'm finna send my homies over there to handle that for you. Oh, Rick Ross and Meek them is gonna be woke up because guess what? They know if they drop that bag or not.
Real. Now, mind you, this is when he's talking about it before the indictment, right? This is old when he's talking about how he planned it and how he planned and facilitated this whole thing in phases. And he said Meek Mills and Rick Ross know if they drop that bag. Well, we just heard Meek Mills said he don't.
Real-time location sharing.
We don't know what they
like
talking
360.
about.
Gross tell Rick Ross, look, I'm gonna keep them niggas off you. I'm gonna be with you.
Rick Ross,
bro.
That's a sick nigga, bro.
I keep telling niggas I work in phases. Let me see how smart you are, Brock. What was the last bullet I launched?
I work in phases. So this is the mastermind. This is the orchestrator. This is his plan. And he's sending attacks at Big U. And the feds have this investigation going. WACK said that niggas is running their lips. They snitching. That Big U and them is over there scared of the feds. This is what WACK is wanting people to believe. But really, Big U know that WACK is CS2 back and WACK is a Fed. So WACK wants to attack Big U. Listen to how this confidential source attacks Big U.
I'm gonna give you the last three. All
right, go ahead.
Carol's been thinking about getting dentures for a while. Now feels like the right time.
I'm gonna give you the last four. I released the paperwork with the police.
I know where this is going.
Then I double back and released the signature line with him and Nipsey Hussle on the contract and told him, say another word, I'm gonna let him see what the contract is. You said, right?
I'm all ears.
Then the female SKG. We're going at your character and the contracts you got over there, boy. And then now, this your homeboy.
First, you show the contract that Big U had a deal with Nipsey Hussle, a management deal, and for 30%. That's their business. Obviously, Big U brings a lot to the table, and then it's not just Big U, it's Big U and Steve Lobel. So it's 15% apiece. And trust, in the industry dominated by small hats like Steve Lobel, he could get in the doors and negotiate and get different reactions than a person like Big U, big black gorilla. You know what I'm saying? Wide silverback gorilla, intimidating to these small hats. But Steve Lobel can't. So they work off of each other, 15% apiece. You could debate and argue that, but Nipsey was good with it. So he said he turned a lot of dudes from the 60s that loved Nipsey Hussle, that hated Big U already, that hated Big U and Nipsey's relationship already, against him. Inner fightings. And we're going to get into COINTELPRO, right? Building dissension between people who are supposed to be allies. He did it with him and Loose Cannon. He capitalized off it with him and 600. He's doing it with these Nipsey Hussle fans playing on their ignorance. Second, he says he sends SKG. He sends SKG to attack Big U. I'm going after them contracts, and I'm going after your character. That's what the feds do to our black leaders. We're going to get in that COINTELPRO shit next. But listen to this shit.
And released the signature line with him and Nipsey Hussle on the contract and told him, say another word, I'm going to let him see what the contract is. You said, right?
I'm all ears.
Then the female SKG. We're going at your character and the contracts you got over there, boy. And then now, this your homeboy saying you writing serial numbers down the pistols, which relates back to what? That BlackBerry phone and that contract.
Bro, when you said the police contract out loud without even having to look at the phone, I said,
Big U's a rat. Because
but it's like on some shit. Like, I'm sitting here watching you ladies.
Then he insinuates Big U's a rat, going at us to make people lose their trust in their leader, to make people not trust and follow behind their leader over there in the Crenshaw district. Disinformation. The indictment let it be known Big U refused to work with the 77 Division, refused to take down notes and document evidence of crimes in the streets, gang crimes. And that's one of the things in the indictment. So all that was a lie. Disinformation. Undermine the credibility of a strong Black community leader. That's what the feds is trying to do right now on the news. Even running a campaign for SKG on the fucking news. Planting seeds of doubt. Disinformation. It's nasty work. Calling them a rat. This is a campaign. This ain't no different.
WACK,
Fred Hampton,
referred to WACK as
Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, and all the others, martyrs that we had in this struggle. Let's go.
Get this shit out.
That fact that he's writing their serial numbers down, handing them things, is crazy.
Yeah, I never heard
that you sat on that though, WACK, and you didn't let your emotions let it come out, and you handled it in phases, because I know you've been on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, let me explain something to you, bro. The ultimate complaint. Y'all know I ain't stupid. I just met Hassan, nigga, about, it might have been a week before he called my phone. I knew who the nigga was. I knew what he was chasing. You think I gave him what I gave him, nigga, not knowing what he was gonna do with it? I needed to find a way, nigga, to start to expose the shit publicly.
And you knew a nigga from out that way wasn't gonna do it.
I knew he was gonna let it go.
WACK just let you know that he was looking for a way to start and he caught himself and said, expose him. He used Hassan Campbell as a dupe. Or maybe Hassan working also. Maybe African Bambata's butt boy knew the whole time and agreed to do it because he's a clout chaser. Let's listen to this. He knew what Hassan Campbell was going to do it, and he played him because Hassan Campbell didn't know that him and Big U weren't friends no more. Hadn't talked for 18 months at that point. So he faked the call as if he's talking to Big U, a federal source, confidential source. Got somebody acting like they're Big U on the phone, talking to somebody just the same way they did in these weed dispensaries. That's alleged in the indictment. In these extortion attempts, that's alleged in the indictment. That loose cannon is supposed to have been doing. Assaults that loose cannon is alleged to have been doing. And they throw it all on Big U when he ain't there. This is nasty work. This is how the feds work. And we got a video coming up that's finna break all this shit down. We've been documenting this whole shit since we told y'all that these niggas was working, bro. We told y'all niggas these niggas was working. Let's listen to this to Scandalous tell me this video is done.
Serial numbers down, handing them things, is crazy.
Yeah, I never heard
that you sat on that though, WACK, and you didn't let your emotions let it come out.
Please,
you handled it in phases, because I know you've been on
$5 super chat.
You know what I'm saying?
You've been knowing this shit.
Does a rising tide really lift all boats?
The ultimate complaint. Y'all know I ain't stupid. I just met Hassan, nigga, about, it might have been a week before he called my phone. I knew who the nigga was. I knew what he was chasing. You think I gave him what I gave him, nigga, not knowing what he was gonna do with it? I needed to find a way, nigga, to start to expose the shit publicly.
And you knew a nigga from out that way wasn't gonna do it.
I knew he was gonna let it go.
With Big U.
It took him too long to do it.
To get all. Hey, Jay Sprayer, respectfully. I don't give a fuck how you look at California, nigga. Respectfully. Who the fuck is you, nigga? You think niggas supposed to demonstrate for you? Matter of fact, with all these Ricos going on you on the internet like that, first of all, nigga, you don't call no dogs over here. You know what I'm saying? Where we come from, you put in your own motherfucking work. Second of all, nigga, you think we care? We here to prove something to a nigga like you? You got life and the world fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And as far as niggas demonstrate, nigga, you just heard one demonstration, but you forgot J-Rock knocked the bitch ass nigga out, right? And you don't know what else that happened in these motherfucking streets with that bust ass nigga. Nigga don't prove shit to nobody, nigga. Gangsters do what they want to, suckers do what they can, my nigga. You obviously ain't tapped into the streets, or you already know demos been going down consistently. Shout out to the homies from Cedar Block. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been hollering at this buster, bro. All this shit on the internet.
So what I do, antagonize him.
Went at him on Clubhouse.
I was doing everything in the to piss him off. I knew what I gave him.
Hey, Wack, you did because you did it. You did the interview on ACK, and then you went at him on Clubhouse to jumpstart it to get him going because he was taking too long on. And then
I went at him. I thought he was gonna do it from the ACK shit. I thought this. I thought I'm gonna go at him on ACK. It's Ray Gift TV. He gonna say something. I'm gonna fire his shit up on camera. Then he gonna let it go. The nigga humbled himself.
Hold up. You mean to tell me he writing down the serial numbers and passing out the blowers in the hood?
Listen to Ray
What?
Gift.
Drop a comment down below. It's Ray Gift TV. Let's get back to the content.
And I said everything possible to this nigga to make this nigga want it. Bro, if you ask, I said, nah, sit him right here. I need y'all over there. We'll sit me right here. He the nigga didn't bite. Yeah, 869, man, you know, one of the dudes you told on, you know, he needs some money. He broke, he fucked up his kids. And I thought, nah, this one nigga 69 told on, nah, he ain't giving him shit. I called that shot, nigga. He ain't giving him nothing. Bro, I'm doing everything possible trying to get this nigga to say something crazy. I didn't already, bro, mustered up. I
just read that, realized I don't know where he was at.
Nigga, shit. As soon as he had a turn with any type of anything, he was on. He had 6 niggas with him. They had to come to the door.
You talking about at that interview?
I was gonna let the 6 come to the door.
I'm already knowing.
6, I'm gonna blow 4. The other 2 gonna run.
He was gonna definitely.
Hey, send me that clip, Mike.
That man is not playing when he said he was there.
I'm 14 deep sitting at the chair to see, my nigga.
I'm already knowing.
With the I can't play. I'm not gonna lie.
You didn't hear what Ack said? Wack got there our word and he knew all the extras and everything. I'm already. And I'm knowing from that he gonna let the conversation go. I know it record.
Really low energy, brain fog, and the inflammation.
I used to have issues with sleeping.
Nigga still didn't do it. I had to come to the clubhouse antagonizing. Then he let it go.
And he did. He let it go. He got mad at that Clubhouse shit.
So now I'm expecting dude to jump out the window, but I think he was like, damn, this nigga Wack on, bro. Gotta remember, we hadn't talked over a year already. The world just didn't know it.
Yeah, it's been emotional.
Yeah, nigga.
Been
Boy, nigga, what? I tell niggas I lose 10. I keep telling y'all I lose 10 battles to win the war.
Rest in peace,
bro. The record is a battle.
Yeah, hey, Wack, I seen he likes to do subliminal. He don't like to say your name. He likes to do little like he did the shit with Jim Jones. He tried to do the little thing walking through Jim Jones with Jim. Like he tries to go at the feet. Like he don't. He don't stand like Wack. Wack goes directly at him.
But then I made it look crazy with that.
Yeah,
I said, bro, 20 years Jim Jones, you been out. You show me when you ever did a burst with Nipsey, when you ever reached out or you or Big U ever did any type of business, anything.
That's not content, that's telling.
It's Ray Gift TV. You say you didn't like the niggas. This is because of me. You notice ever since I did and said that, you don't see them niggas doing nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing. And that little pot.
Shit, they don't think shit through. And they get to a point, they be like, man, listen, we don't know. We just gonna fall back. Because everything we come with, the nigga counter and make it look crazy. Now this shit right here, it was all.
We're gonna get rid of that. I'm waiting on Scandalous. If y'all see, I want y'all to think about that. CS2 Back is implicated in what happened at No Jumper. He facilitated what happened at No Jumper on getting him there to implicate Big U, to lie on Big U. Point and shoot was dead accurate when he said the only thing lamer than a rat is a lie snitch. And they even lie snitch. Dirty, nasty, low down work. Right? Talk about this Meek Mill extortion, this murder. Oh, they lied about the murder. They brought to the internet. If I never had heard about this alleged RW murder in my life. Then they come to the internet with it and said it's been on the internet, right? Six Hunnit's talking to who's supposed to be the sister and the mother, and they lied then, fabricating that that the evidence was a match, a DNA match up under the nails of the victim. Big U's DNA under the nails of the victim. You know how incriminating that is? Right? Trying to put paint where it ain't. Lie snitching. Right? Then the DNA that was tested came from the ankles, what you call it, and it was not a match. Inconclusive mean it was not a match. You have no eyewitness to the shooting. You have no video footage of the shooting. You have no murder weapon. They said that it was a bullet like a 38 because no cases was found. No case was found. Then on top of that, the original police that came there said that the unaliving happened where the body was found. Then the other police come and say, no, because of how he's dressed and that, he wasn't, this ain't where it happened at, he was brought here. Right? So you got the police department with conflicting theories of what's going on. No murder weapon, right? A major reach and assumption that it was done with a weapon like a 38. They didn't even say a 38. Nigga, a 38 can carry 357 shells. Nigga, you got 38 longs and 38 shorts. You know how many 8 balls I done had? The old crusty 8, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, these niggas ain't got a clue. That is such a broad statement, and it's still not accurate. Just because the shells weren't on the ground. Nigga, I could have dumped the nigga out with a 4.5 caliber and picked it, semi-automatic, picked up the shells before I left, and they talking about it was a pistol like a 38. They've already fucked up this investigation listening to these confidential sources and rats who all probably got shit hanging over their head and or another motive to want to get this dude out. But the most key important thing was Big U contracts in 2024 or 23 brought him over $2 million. And you heard WACK100 talk about he sent SKG because he's coming at his credibility and for them contracts. WACK100 is going through a divorce. He's broke. He said he was bailing out Keefe D. He had to fabricate evidence, the paperwork, and try the middleman to bail him out. Let's see if we could get to that fast, right? Let's see if we could get to this real fast. Let's go. All right, here we go. So listen to this.
Associated Press, Clark District Court Judge Carly Kearney made a decision known on Tuesday and was uncertain of the origins of Davis's potential $750,000 bail funds. According to the Associated Press, Kearney said she was skeptical after receiving 2 letters that were identical, claiming that it was music exec WACK100 Jones who wired him the payment. Okay? I have a sense that things are trying to be covered up, the judge stated, after revealing the signatures on one letter was from one person not connected to the business, and the second had a typo in the name, as well as a return address to a doctor's office. Sure. Not WACK submitting fake, false documents in.
Did y'all hear Henny breaking that down? The AP says that WACK100 wired the payment and submitted false documents with an address that went back to a hospital. This nigga is middleman and shit and don't want to trace to try to bail out Keefe D. The account, they just needed the $15,000 in the account to show that it was a legitimate account with this money here before, so they know where the money was coming from. He had to hide where the money was coming from and submitted false documents. The bail bondsman too, straight fraud.
Per the Associated Press, Clark District Court Judge Carly Kearney made a decision known on Tuesday and was uncertain of the origins of Davis's potential $750,000 bail funds. According to the Associated Press, Kearney said she was skeptical after receiving 2 letters that were identical, claiming that it was music exec WACK100 Jones who wired him the payment. Okay? I have a sense that things are trying to be covered up, the judge stated, after revealing the signatures on one letter was from one person not connected to the business, and the second had a typo in the name, as well as a return address to a doctor's office. Sure. Not WACK submitting fake, false documents.
Okay, so check this out. Kenny Jacobs. Everybody on Facebook, go follow my bro, Kenny Jacobs. This is my road dog, right? He say, to my road dog to the end, you ain't never had a friend. From tag banging to brim, you ain't never had a friend. From McLaren to juvenile hall to the state pen, official like a ref whistle and raised by real genuine men. Complete. You ain't never had a friend like me. The original Too Cool to Poet since 2000. Big Tubu Gangster, Fruittown Brim, 37, no cut. That's my bro, Kenneth Jacobs, man. Everybody go follow Kenny Jacobs. Tubu the Gangster, man. That's my bro, man. You know what I'm saying? For sure, he ain't never lied about nothing he just said there. That was my first recruit to the set, too. It was only about a couple weeks apart. But look, Oh, WACK doesn't understand that him being a 137 informant is over. All hell's finna break up. We finna know everything he did, because for sure, Big U is finna be subpoenaing him to the court, right? To the stand. We're going to, since you're behind all of these false accusations, we're going to get the truth out. See, where truth appeared, falsehood disappeared. So that the deception that you used to, and that spin that you used, the bullying conversations to deflect from the truth and the reality, and that false sense of reality you got, is going to be over with on the stand. We've seen you on the stand in the Kiwe D case, right? And it wasn't very favorable. In fact, let's go to this real quick, right? Let's go to this real quick. Remember this. So here go, Henny. Let me show you this. This was in the court. This is what the judge said, what the prosecution said about CS2 Back's testimony. Let's go.
Why are you over there telling me those morass of false statements? That part.
A morass of false statements when he took the stand in the Kiwe D case. In fact, they ended up coming back and saying that they believe that that WACK100 was lying. Let's get back into some more of that. Because I remember when we was breaking this down, it was nasty work. Let's get back into that. Because this is just a little peek of what this trial going to look like. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? A day of vindication for Big U. Let's go. Oh, y'all can't see it yet. Let's go.
Jones reiterated that he put up the money as quid pro quo for defendants' life rights. He wants Kiwe D's life rights. It's right there in black and white. Quid pro quo, for people who don't know what that is, even though I think we've gone over this before, is I'll do this for you if you do this for me. But of course, these public statements did not prevent Jones from attempting to perpetuate a fraud in this court. On redirect examination, Jones represented that the contract being discussed on the jail call between Jones and the defendant was about a car title. Pause, remember? He said, because you got a car on the East Coast and they got to get it back over here. A very well-known car on the East Coast, and he got to bring it back home. So that's what the contract was for. But we knew that was a lie. Source hearing, blah, blah, blah. This is yet another false statement by Jones made under oath. Later, when asked.
So not only did he get caught lying on the stand, committing fraudulent paperwork, quid pro quo with somebody in violation of the Son of Sam laws, right? This is really nasty work, right? CS2 Back is nasty, nasty work. And then let me get to this real quick, because I don't want y'all to forget. The whole time, WACK100 is asking, Brick Baby, why did he talk to the police, right? To the feds, which I agree, if that is what happened, right? But how you gonna ask him why did he talk to the feds when we got proof you went to the 64th floor and you talked to the feds? Let's go.
Conspiracy, how they get you. They got me on the phone.
So mind you, this is him in the FBI headquarters on a Sunday singing like the choir, right? And he got his lawyer, and they're going to go pick up files that were taken from his house 2 days before on the 25th of April. This is the 27th of April, a Sunday. And he goes to the FBI headquarters, but takes his lawyer to pick up his property and belongings, right? If your belongings were taken from your home and not just your person, then you could have went and got those from the front desk. But obviously, you went here to talk to these people, and they press play.
Thing they had against me. They press play, wiretap.
So now they're recording, which means you waived your Miranda rights and have agreed to talk to these police with your attorney present.
This is why I know
that sounds more like a proffer.
When I hear certain wiretaps was conspiracy, how they get you.
They tell him they got him on wiretaps. Imagine a special task force like the one in this case that arrested Brick Baby, like the ones that raided Big U House, including federal agents, local police departments. Imagine them coming to get you, and 2 days after your house is raided, you go on to talk to them with your lawyer, and they're telling you that they have you on wiretaps, and they press play.
They got me on the phone. Said, yeah. All right, what you got? Said, we got a special move. Where's it coming from? Down by National City, down by Tijuana, Mexico. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be kind of heavy, but you know, it'll pay you 23,000 one way. Where's it going? Seattle area, Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, multiple stops. You know, get it to them before they close. And I was you straight. All right, no problem. I'll be down there to get it.
You chilling with the answers?
So they turned off the thing. They like, well, you know, our confidential informant said you moving drugs with Suge Knight. I said, moving drugs with Suge Knight. Now, me personally, I've never heard Suge involved in the cocaine, the drug dealing, none of that shit. So I'm looking at it like they crazy.
Wait, but have you ever heard of Veggie Wrong moving drugs? Oh yeah, him and his dad was indicted for moving drugs. Ain't that who brought him in to death row? Suge was in jail. Yeah, the Compton police officer, ex-law enforcement, turned federal confidential source 137. The only person who's a suspect in both the Tupac and Biggie murder investigations, as well as an informant in both the Tupac and Biggie murder investigations. Yeah, nasty work.
I know what recording they got. I said, well, can I make a phone? Second thing they had against.
So they tell them they got him on wiretap at a federal building. This is what the peoples tell him. But not only do they tell him that they got him on wiretap, they tell him that they got him for guns, right? Let me get this to you real quick. Mind you, they turned the recorder off in the midst of it. WACK was always claiming it was one rusty gun. Even brought LAPD officer, Joint Task Force officer Greg Cade in the clubhouse after I exposed the CS2 back paperwork, right? Hold on, I'm getting there to that right now. Confirm. Damn, that shit way up there. My bad. Hit that like button, man. Share. Show a little bit of respect. WACK finds the tracker. I didn't really want to get into all of that. Oh, here it go right here. And remember, he says that it was one gun. Let me share this with y'all. Boom, here we go. Thank y'all for the patience.
Dude says, well, we still got your client. on 2 different situations. He like, is that right? We'll put them on the table. We walking out of here, right? So first situation, he said, well, we found firearms in the house. He's an ex-con convicted felon. He can't be around firearms, right? So I stopped my attorney. I said, well, you ain't found no firearms in my house. He said, yes, we did. These firearms and such and such. I said, well, I ain't never seen them firearms in my life. He said, well, they registered to your wife. I said, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, that's your wife. I said, okay, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, you live in a home. I said, you can't prove I live in that home, right? What, you got some cars that's registered to a corporation? Matter of fact, I said, can I go in my back pocket? I pull my wallet out. I slide my wallet. What's this? That's where I live. I've been a resident of Oklahoma since 2003. I got 13 houses on my portfolio. Which one you gonna put me in various states? Dude says, well, we still got your client on 2 different situations. He like, is that right? We'll put them on the table. We walking out of here, right? So first situation, he said, well, we found firearms in the house. He's an ex-con convicted felon. He can't be around firearms, right? So I stopped my attorney. I said, well, you ain't found no firearms in my house. He said,
do y'all hear firearms? We're going to start it one more time because I want y'all to be clear. These firearms, not this firearms. Firearms with an S. Listen closely.
Dude says, well, we still got your client on 2 different situations. He like, is that right? We'll put them on the table. We walking out of here, right? So first situation, he said, well, we found firearms in the house. He's an ex-con convicted felon. He can't be around firearms, right? So I stopped my attorney. I said, well, you ain't found no firearms in my house. He said, yes, we did. These firearms and such and such. I said, well, I ain't never seen them firearms in my life. He said, well, they registered to your wife. I said, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, that's your wife. I said, okay, well, what they got to do with me? He said, well, you live in a home. I said, you can't prove I live in that home, right? What, you got some cars that's registered to a corporation? Matter of fact, I said, can I go in my back pocket? I pull my wallet out. I slide my wallet. What's this? That's where I live. I've been a resident of Oklahoma since 2003. I got 13 houses on my portfolio. Which one you gonna put me in various states? Dude says, well, we still got your client on 2 different situations. He like, is that right? We'll put them on the table. We walking out of here, right? So first situation, he said, well, we found firearms in the house. He's an ex-con.
We found firearms.
He can't be around firearms, right?
Firearms.
So I stopped my attorney. I said, well, you ain't found no firearms in my house.
Firearms.
He said, yes, we did. These firearms and such and such. I said, well, I ain't never seen them firearms in my life.
I ain't never seen them firearms. So clearly, it's multiple firearms, right? So once he brings Greg Cade in the clubhouse, Greg Cade tells a lie, right? Let's get to that real quick. Right? So here you have them arguing firearms, plural, and then you got them claiming that there was only one gun. Lying. He lied about this whole situation. Why are you lying about crimes? The only thing you could be hiding is the fact that you actually got caught with these guns because we know that you informed. Listen to this. He said he's listening to us. And they said they kicked in my door and found 6 guns. The police was right here on this floor talking about Greg Caden saying that we only found 1 gun. It was your wife's gun. 1 gun. He said, we're bozos. But you just heard what really was said, right? You guys know what was said. Let's go ahead and hear Greg Caden lie about it, right? after WACK brought him, saying he was the lead of the Main Street case, which is cap. Let's get to WACK having the power not only to bring Greg Caden to the app to vouch to us that he wasn't working with Greg Caden, right? You know, not only did he have that power, he had the power to have Greg Caden lie to us and tell us that there was only one gun that was found, the old raggedy gun that belonged to Kimberly Jones' father, an old worn out gun, trying to minimize the fact that ex-felon was caught with constructive possession of multiple guns, but he said it was one old gun. Listen to how he comes live. This a powerful nigga. This a powerful rat. Let's get to the content, man. We're going to cook this motherfucker tomorrow. But in the meantime, in between time, let's go.
What happened to me was my home. Like, y'all really fucking looked into me.
Yeah, we did. We looked into you. We wiretapped you and started to track your truck and do everything we could to verify whether or not the information that we were receiving was valid. And ultimately, it turned out not to be. We did a search warrant at your house and came up pretty much empty-handed, with the exception of some worn-out old gun that I think belonged to your wife's dad or some shit like that.
Things happened to me was my home. Like, y'all really fucking looked into me.
Yeah, we did. We looked into you. We wiretapped you and started to track your truck and do everything we could to verify whether or not the information that we were receiving was valid. And ultimately, it turned out not to be. We did a search warrant at your house and came up pretty much empty-handed, with the exception of some worn-out old gun that I think belonged to your wife's dad or some shit like that.
For the exception of one old gun. But we just heard them say they told him we had we found multiple guns on you. And his argument was, I don't live there. I'm an Oklahoma resident, right? I've been an Oklahoma resident first and foremost. If the police finds guns in the ex-felon's house, they're not going to allow you to have trial and prove your innocence there. And while they're recording, bring them recording CS2 back. Bring them. We finna get into something real quick, because I don't think y'all remember. And after this, it'll be over for the day. We'll be back cooking tomorrow. I think we might have the Vlad video done, the Flame Up Vlad tomorrow, or Wackademics for the hip-hop docu-series. But good news today for Big U with that Meek Mill's tweet. You know what I'm saying? But Big U ain't never getting out. Y'all wish he never get out, because he shows what a real man look like, and you bust-ass niggas fall short every time. He showed. Yeah.
We got super chats.
Okay, go ahead, King.
Man, we got Dennis Johnson with the $5 super chat. Let's go. Then we got Miss Lisa with another $5 super chat. Heart chucks, and moving it fast. Then we got 400 Circle Media with the $2 super chat, man. Salute to everybody who been blessed the Damu Kiwe super chat, man. Anything and everything that is given to the Damu Kiwe super chat is appreciated. Man, blessings to you, your family, and your tribe.
All right, we got this for y'all. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see this. Skip the ad. Let's get to this. This is the longer series, and I want y'all to never forget this. Let's go. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom. Let me start this for y'all.
We learned from Robert Ross, also known as Stutterbox, a Main Street Mafia Crip, and WACK100's introduction into the case, that WACK100 or CS2Back's house got raided for getting caught on a wiretap on a conspiracy to commit murder, which he never went to prison for, according to the paperwork.
On the video, when you said something about conspiracy to murder, what actually did you hear on audio of WACK100 that the feds had?
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap. He allegedly gave Dog my address, homie. If I get killed, whoever gave him the address gonna get conspiracy to murder. But if I don't get killed, they just get conspiracy to attempted murder because they shot up my Rolls Royce, put 17 holes in my Rolls Royce.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Like, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you because they said when Dog called you, his phone was hit. That's how they got on your line.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, what?
Turn your pastime into your full-time. Your personal style into your signature brand. Do it yourself on Wix.
Country bagels and gravy egg sandwich. Your new favorite meal on the go. It's Sunshine Bros Bagel.
I talked to Dog.
No. By now, in this first part, Stutterbox clearly implicates WACK100 into this case, not only in an interview with Deuce M's and Stats 280, but also right to WAC's face on the recorded phone call. In part 2, we saw Deuce M's break down the paperwork with the transcript on which WACK100 or CS2Back was caught red-handed as a confidential informant for the FBI, with detailed, corroborating evidence and paperwork that leaves no doubt that WACK100 is in fact confidential source number 2 or CS2Back.
The paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap. And once I get into this paperwork, you're going to understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Back WACK also says CS2 Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source. WACK100 being on a wiretap talking about conspiracy to murder. That holds the same exact time as a murder, a life sentence. And if that's what you on wiretap for, and if that's what they came for you for, then how you out of jail?
In part 3, Deuce M's and Stats 280 speak exclusively with the last key remaining character in this case, and the person WACK100 directly calls on the wiretap according to the paperwork, Money Mark Stevens. In this bombshell interview, Shaq's business manager Mark Stevens exposes WACK100 aka Cash Jones, the former Death Row affiliate and Pacoima Piru blood, as a confidential informant for the FBI.
What's going on? I'm here.
You got Mark Stevens on, and okay. Hey Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. Salute Mark Stevens. This that's the way to salute everybody. Salute.
Yes, sir. So you was cool with him from the beginning, even negotiated on some business as he.
Yeah, I met him with Stutterbox. I met him with the homie Stutterbox. That's how I first came to meet WACK, was through the homie Stutterbox, right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, WACK picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman, because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected, and I was like, okay, but my whole thing is if he defected, why are you fucking with him?
Right. So he says that Stutterbox.
That's a fact, Anita.
And then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right?
Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was, man, a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Del Dog. And right. I don't give out nobody nav. So I called the homie, Del Dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Because he keep calling me. And he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dude.
So at some point, you get a phone call from WACK100, Cash Jones. And when he contact you, what did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Del Dog, rest in peace. And he wanted to give Del Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox, right? It's like he was getting information from Stutterbox on what his plan was and what the get down was gonna be. And he wanted to talk to the homie and talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him. And he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line.
Smart man. Rest in peace to Del Dog, man. So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you?
Well, the homie Del Dog never trusted me. Follow me?
Right.
So Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't gonna chance it. You follow me?
Right.
But it was later on. It was later on after they took the case to they was taking it all away because the homie ain't had no choice. You know, he was facing a life sentence, so he had to take it all away. And with all the lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery, and that's when we found out that the lines was compromised.
And as soon when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap
the whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretaps.
And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. That was the initiating when they started recording.
Right. And how did they refer to Cash Jones?
In the paperwork they put him as Back. BACK. And
correct.
I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is, I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's WACK. But they put him as Back because he a blood. So it's Back. And I said, oh, okay.
And was this Back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well, man, I'm glad that the truth was able to come out. And it's sad.
But bigger than that, homie, right? I watched dude, man. He said some things about the big homie Shaq, that wasn't true. He said some things like he been trying.
Nat Turner, Big U stole the Christmas toys for the kids last Christmas to get the back end donation money. Big U obviously did that because his money connections was getting smaller and smaller. Big U is trash. Hey, Nat Turner, you really believe that? Hey, look, I got this property for sale, right? And some fried ice cream. Hey, DM me on my channel, my Nas. We know where you've been watching your entertainment on YouTube.
Destroy the big homie, Big U name.
Work, man.
And I'm seeing and watching this. And I called the big homie U. We was talking. I said, yo, when you get into Atlanta, man, come see me. Because I had what I had for years. And when I gave it to the homie, I said, man, you read it. Because it was a big-ass textbook of shit. And the homie just sided with what was right. He said, I can't fuck with dude no more. And that was the end of that.
Until WACK started attacking, and that's when WACK started attacking him with false allegations and all of this online weird shit, right?
Correct, because because the homie Big U asked me why I didn't fuck with the nigga, and I said, when you pull up, I'm gonna show you. I want you to read it. And when he read it, he was like, oh, okay, I see why you don't fuck with the nigga. I can't fuck with the nigga. And that was it.
Wait, how long was it from when you first got it that you met you in Atlanta to show him the work?
I got the paperwork from the attorneys probably in.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite.
I want to say 12 or 13 because it was a series of, remember the incident happened in 07, 06, 07, but Box had went to prison. He called a drug case, so he went to prison, and they waited to almost the last month of the statute of limitations to go get the homies from Main Street. Right. So it had been about a 5-year period from the time that had happened to the time that they came and got the big homies. And then once they got,
how did you feel about you waiting that long now?
Well, he chastised me, and I never, one of the things, bro, and it's like it's the slippery slope, as people say, right? Like on one end, WACK, the nigga, he wasn't doing no harm, right? He was just trying to move around and be the tough guy. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, okay, that's what you want to do, cool. But then it went from that to I heard what he was saying about the big homie Shaq, and then I heard what he said about Big U, and that's when I picked up the phone. I said, hey, you, man, I want you to read something, man. And then once you read it, once you know, that's Quran. That's the Holy Quran. Once you know, you're accountable for what you know. And when he read it, he said, okay, I see why you don't fuck with dude. I can't fuck with dude. And that was it. Let me tell you something, man. I probably haven't seen nor talked to WACK in years, and, I wish everybody success and happiness, but not on the basis of lies.
Right.
And
not on the. And really indicative of your character, Mark, because you have a whole campaign publicly of a brother that's heavy in our community positively, helping get these kids graduated from school and into football and all of these other positive things. And he's smutting his name through the mud just because he decided not to deal with it.
And brother, well put. Look, I call the homie Big U all the time. I call him the naked truth. And he always be like, why you call me the naked truth? I said, because WACK is the well-dressed lie.
Bitch, I'm naked right now.
It's an old parable about truth and lie went swimming. And, lie jumped out the water and put on truth clothes. So you had a well-dressed lie, but then truth got out the water and it was naked. So you got the naked truth that's trying to run down a well-dressed lie. Feel what I'm saying? Throw a rock and hide his head.
Right. That's a familiar tactic that he used. But we needed to get the truth where truth appears, falsehood disappears, man. And I wanted to hear that for myself, man. He said, throw the rock and hide your hand. Exactly what we seen him do when he lined up Loose Coochie to snitch on Big U and then threw them both to the motherfucking feds. Damn, Mark Stevens told us. Y'all niggas wasn't listening.
Man, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. And, God bless. But like I said, man, it's a lot of things is just a well-dressed lie. That's all I can say.
Right. And that's what Cass Jones is. He is the well-dressed lie.
Yeah, and Big U is the naked truth. It is what it is. He always stood on the side of truth. He ain't never wavered from that. From the time I gave him that paperwork, I watched him take assault after assault because he just did the right thing. He just said, I can't fuck with you.
And I'm so glad that
That's exactly what happened,
Kareem Ali. These negative lies, because he's above that shit. Let him stay low and you just stay high. Don't let this man trick you up off the street or the feeling like you got to address every lie he makes up every day.
Well, and then you got to understand too, bro, it's, like I told you about throwing a rock and hiding your hand. What's the motive for throwing the rock to begin with? Like, we know the rocks is being thrown, but what's the motive? Only thing
We got that answer now, Mark. This was about a year and a half ago. Mark Stevens said, okay, we know he's throwing the rock and hiding his hand, but why is he throwing the rock at Big U? We know now. That question has been answered. So that he could provoke him, get people to come incriminate him, implicate him in crimes, because he was the target of an investigation. And WACK100 put the feds on Big Eugene Henley Jr.
I saw the homie Big U put out a great documentary on hip hop. I see him, man, putting these kids through college and sending them like I'm trying to understand what's the motive, or it's a motive that we can't comprehend because we don't think on those levels. You feel me?
Is it a motive that we can't comprehend because we don't think on them levels? He was telling us that this nigga was CS2 back and that there was a reason why he was doing that. And he questioned what the reason was. It's this Rico complaint that was filed, implicating them in murders, implicating them in extortions. And this is things that we can't conceive because our minds don't think like we're feds, like we're the police. Our mouths don't talk like we're the feds, speaking on everyone else's business. What man does that? Let alone what Piru does that. You niggas that's claiming Piru that's hanging with blood, you niggas need to get the boot off Piru too. You niggas is cooperating with a fucking fed. Nigga, you niggas just witnessed this shit go down and y'all bull with that. Nigga, you niggas is just as guilty as blood. Dead homies. Weird ass, rat ass niggas. Let's go.
That's perfectly said. And I'm going to tell you this, in all of my life, being from the community of South Central Los Angeles, only time I ever heard of a public artificial dissemination of disinformation was through COINTELPRO and J. Edgar Hoover, man. And I'm just gonna drop that jewel and let you go, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
Likewise, kid.
All right, salam alaikum.
WACK100, who built his metaverse career by arguing about snitches and paperwork, has himself been exposed as a confidential informant for the FBI, according to paperwork and first-hand witnesses. When you look at the paperwork and talk with the individuals directly involved in this Main Street Mafia Crip case, it becomes abundantly clear that WACK100, the former death row affiliate, and Pacoima Piru Blood, was previously a confidential informant for the FBI.
Uber Eats is delivering.
Hey, salute to everybody. Yeah, let them know where they been, my nigga. Because if they didn't know, now they know. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, y'all done set in with 3 hours, man, of the hottest content on the internet right now. The dopest live, the voices of the culture, Deuce M's the Don, and Yael, the Kiwe pop star. Y'all seen the title?
I'm naked right now.
Hey, and if I am, I already told. Nah, but for real, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this hottest content, the most authentic content, the most receipt having, man. It's, you know what it is, man. Ain't no fraudulent, ain't no faking, ain't no fake bigging it kick, ain't no fake kicking it, and it ain't no selective politicking. You know, we bias on the side when it comes to truth, and that's what we stand on, man. Y'all done sat through 3 hours with Deuce M's the Don and Yael, the Kiwe pop star. Salute to the chat. You already know that's where it's at. And the Blue Wrench Mobs that was always on their job. And if you a friend that tapped in, we appreciate you and all the valid supporters. Listen, the dope is live on YouTube right now. The voices of the culture and the West Coast. Damu Kiwe Conversations.
Hit that like button if you haven't already done it. Subscribe if you haven't already done it. Big Florence, salute. I see you in the chat. We out tomorrow. Tap in. Turn on them notifications. so that y'all don't miss the dope content tomorrow. Damu Kiwe.